Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Extend beyond the playing field. Now, there are more ways to play than ever before, from flag to tackle and beyond. With opportunities for extend beyond the playing field. Now, there are more ways to play than ever before, from flag to tackle.
Tree? What if his name's Joshua? Find yourself in an all-new 2025 Toyota Camry today. Toyota, let's go places.
So, after you lift weights, your body keeps burning calories for hours post-workout.
Oh, like a BMO Savings Builder account.
What?
With BMO, I can get a reward every month I save.
So, you're getting an extra reward for the work you've already done?
Exactly. Plus, BMO gave me a cash bonus when I opened a checking account.
That's a flex.
This is a flex. Check out these pythons.
Pump up your savings with BMO. Conditions apply. Learn more at BMO.com/kickstart. Accounts are subject to approval and are provided in the United States by BMO Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
BMO.
Fight for California. This is Cal football from Learfield.
The Fourth Board Tap Room and Grill is all about community. We're proud sponsors of Cal Athletics, many local youth teams, and swim clubs. Let us host a fundraiser for your organization.
It's game time!
Imagine a playing field where precision, strategy, and unwavering commitment lead to flawless execution. At Red Top Electric, our game plan is not just about wiring circuits, it's about creating lasting partnerships through large-scale commercial electric construction. Our all-American electrical contracting team has a playbook of innovative solutions that spark connections. Red Top Electric is powering what's next and fueling the roar of the Cal Bears. The Fourth Bore is the place to be all weekend long, with live music on the patio every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Come enjoy your favorite local bands, along with Russian River Brewery's Pliny the Elder, or any of our ice-cold 28 craft beers on draft.
Welcome back on our Bud Light Tailgate Show from the LA Bowl. It's California and the UNLV Rebels here from SoFi Stadium. So we continue now. We talked a little bit in the open about this UNLV team, but the changes have come to UNLV. Barry Odom, their head coach, who originally was at Mizzou, hired by UNLV back in 2023, went 9-5 that year, then 10-3 this season. Hired as the Purdue head coach, so they now bring in Dan Mullen, who was at Mississippi State. He was at Florida, had been working for ESPN. Mullen will be the fifth head coach in the last 12 seasons for UNLV, and they're paying him $3.5 million over the course of 5 seasons. So this is a UNLV team that has spent so much energy, so much time, and money getting their program to where they are right now, and now they're going to have to go through another coaching change.
Just keep reshuffling the deck, trying to find the next guy to do the same thing. And to be committed to it's really hard. There's so much turnover. And, you know, you'd like to think that contract law plays into it. But when somebody's willing to buy you out of your contract law doesn't really play. You put that in there so that you recoup if you lose a coach.
Yeah.
But you don't make up what you lose in terms of continuity. So that's tough. I've got a solution. We'll be talking about it in the podcast at some point. It's way too long for here, but
I kind of wonder if you're paying your head coach $3.5 million at a Group of 5 school that is trying to maintain success, but at the same time has to pay their players to maintain that success. I mean, we're going to talk about Greg Burrell, who's their third running back, who's a freshman, who's in the transfer portal right now, but he's going to play this game, by the way, which is another wrinkle to this whole thing. You know, how do you keep those guys? Their quarterbacks have left. We talked about Sluka in the open, played a few games, had great success, and bolted.
And said I wasn't getting paid.
Yeah.
I'm not getting paid. They didn't honor the NIL that they promised me, and so I'm out. It's crazy. And these lower level Group of 5 schools, and then the FCS has really become a training ground for guys to try to take advantage of the transfer portal. And it's hard to figure out what you're going to do with your team and field your team because there's free agency every 6 months in college football. You can enter the transfer portal and then take spring and take the money, and then even if you don't play, you could transfer out again. And so there's been some craziness going on, and calmer heads need to come to figure out what's going on because it's not sustainable at this rate.
Now, what we do know about this UNLV team, they have an excellent quarterback, Haj Malik Williams, who was the replacement quarterback that came on, and he has just been phenomenal this year, both in the air and on the ground. He's got close to 850 yards rushing this season, 9 touchdowns. He's thrown the ball effectively, and you mentioned in the open about their ability to run the football. They are 5th in the country in run offense, 251 per game this year. They've had 11 different players, 11 different games where they've had 100-yard rushers this season.
All right, time to talk football. Yes,
let's get it.
Yeah, so they run what's called the go-go offense. And so this go-go offense is kind of a offshoot of the pistol, offshoot of the shotgun. And you get 2 backs back there, but you run some triple option where you're handling dive, quarterback can keep, or he can pitch. And so as a defense, you have to be really stout in terms of the way that you're tackling. If you are assigned to tackle the dive, you have to tackle the dive. You can't read anything else. Dive guy, I'm going to hit him in the hole, tackle him. If you have the ball, being the quarterback, you have to tackle the ball. Right. If you have the pitch, you have to tackle the pitch. And you have to be right every single time on your assignment. You can't let your instinct come in. You just have to. It's like a processing job. I just put the can on and twist it every single time.
And the hard part is, in a triple option set, you know that maybe they're going to throw the ball a few times a game, but for the most part, it's going to be a run. Here, one of the options is throwing it downfield, so you have to be disciplined.
So that's where it's at. Like we talked about the slow mesh when Cal played Wake Forest, it was like 15%. That triple option game isn't more than 20% of the game. Yeah. It's not a ton of the game. They also run RPO, which makes it way tough. They run a strong zone running game. They run duo. They run inside zone. They run a great gap scheme game. And so they throw a bunch of different things at you, but their offensive linemen get off the ball. They move people. They push the line of scrimmage. And their running backs run hard, but they have the key that unlocks it all in a quarterback in Haj Malik Williams who can get open, who can carry the rock himself, and who can throw enough that you have to stay honest in pass coverage.
You're going to love this. I was talking to one of my broadcaster friends who did a game against UNLV this year, and I'm going to steal his lines.
Totally.
Because he calls it an overloaded shotgun or a loaded pistol formation.
Yes.
And I love it.
Yeah, without a doubt. And if you're not stealing, you're not trying. So that's right. Broadcasting 101 for those of you at home. You have to be stealing the good lines because most likely nobody heard it on the UNLV radio.
That's right. This time I'll credit him because I like the guy. All right. So quarterback situation for California here today. You mentioned Chandler Rogers, probably not going to play. C.J. Harris, we saw in limited action. He went 6 for 11 against SMU. He had time playing at Ohio. E.J. Kaminong, though, a 3-star recruit out of the state of Washington, had a great high school career. We do expect to see Kaminong a little bit today, but we still don't know how much it will be. But that's what we're talking about, a look ahead to the future. Who knows what playing time in this game will mean?
It's crazy. And you're going to see the freshman. I know that we're going to see
at
EJ.
At some point.
He's going to be in the game. C.J. Harris, obviously he's your obvious guy who's going to start because he's the next guy up. But then where do you go from there? Belai Brummel on the staff. I love Belai, by the way. He's a fantastic dude. Came out and worked my camp this year. And he could throw it, but you're kind of getting into the closet for your quarterbacks for the guys who haven't had a lot of reps this year. And so quarterback will be interesting. Obviously, Isaiah Hunter gone in the portal as well. And so there's going to be some interesting personnel choices made for Cal coming up.
All right, should be a good one here at the LA Bowl. UNLV and California. We'll take another break on our Bud Light Tailgate Show. When we come back, we're going to go into the weeds about what's going on around college football. Normally, we'll give you the ACC scoreboard report, but right now, we got to talk about everything that is college football this bowl season. Well, that's going to come up.
We're going to cut it loose.
Oh, yeah, right after this. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
Hey, Golden Bears fans, you don't have to put on pads to tackle hard project work. Just visit one of Herc Rental's 24 North California locations. With nearly 60 years of equipment rental expertise, Herc Rental serves a vast array of customer markets. Whether you're building, heating, cooling, powering, pumping, digging, flooring, or trucking, you can bet every single drive ends in a score. Visit us today at hercrentals.com.
Hey Golden Bear fans, the 2024 football season is here and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cal football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the California Golden Bears. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Cal football lives here on the California Golden Bears Sports Network from Learfield.
The Fourth Bore and the Forge Handcrafted Pizza bring the party to you with their fully functional 1971 Ford Fire Truck mobile catering. With an imported Italian Valoriani oven, full char broiler, and 4 draft beer taps, the Forge Pizza Fire Truck can handle any occasion.
Hey, sports fans, have you heard about East Brother Beer Company in Richmond, California? East Brother Beer Company is all about classic, easy-drinking beers that'll make your taste buds cheer. They're not just another brewery, they're award-winning champions. Try East Brother Beer's Bow Pils, a clean, crisp, bohemian-style pilsner. And the Blonde Ale, a timeless classic that's your ultimate game day teammates. So grab your jersey, settle in, and crack open an East Brother Beer, the only choice for game day. Find a beer near you at eastbrotherbeer.com. Please drink responsibly.
It's game time!
Imagine a playing field where precision, strategy, and unwavering commitment lead to flawless execution. At Red Top Electric, our game plan is not just about wiring circuits, it's about creating lasting partnerships through large-scale commercial electric construction. Our all-American electrical contracting team has a playbook of innovative solutions that spark connections. Red Top Electric is powering what's next and fueling the roar of the Cal Bears.
The Fourth Bore Tap Room and Grill is all about community. We're proud sponsors of Cal Athletics, many local youth teams, and swim clubs. Let us host a fundraiser for your organization.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On ACC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, coaches' shows, and more. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/ACC Sports.
On the Golden Bears Sports Network, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers. Cal Bears football is brought to you by BMO, proud to be the official bank of UC Berkeley. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. And by Pepsi, grab a Pepsi Zero Sugar and cheer on the Golden Bears. This is the Bud Light Tailgate Show.
Welcome back to the Bud Light Tailgate Show. Bud Light, proud sponsor of Cal Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. A lot of Cal fans right now taking part in some Bud Light about everything that's going on around the program, and college football fans across America right now with everything that's going on. Mike Pulaski, Kevin Dana along with you now. Justin Allegri normally at this time of the game goes out and does some vocal calisthenics and maybe a little deep meditation to get prepared for the broadcast. But because it is so important that we talk about college football and all the glory that's going on in the game right now with what the NCAA has brought us to, that we are all here for the pregame, for this segment to talk college football.
So this is what this segment feels like.
This is going to be our Festivus
about
college football.
In actuality, I would normally go and explore, but this stadium is so big that I probably would just get lost and I wouldn't make it back for kickoff.
It's massive.
Yeah.
So we'll start there. Coming into SoFi, you haven't seen it before. It's an interesting building. It looks awesome on TV. It looks like a Star Wars model to me when I walked into this place. I'm like, that looks like a model that I put together when I was a kid.
Totally.
Like it looks like the little plastic pieces, and they drop you in the media lot. Is on the exact opposite side of this massive piece of property that you have to walk around. I feel like it's the biggest stadium I've ever walked around.
What I didn't realize about this, not only this stadium, but this whole complex that they have here, is that the new Clippers Arena is just down the street.
Right here.
Then it's SoFi, and then the old Forum,
right,
which they've converted to a concert venue now, is right next door. So this is just a strip of
entertainment.
Venues. The YouTube Theater, I don't even know what they do in the YouTube Theater, but they've got that next door.
Right.
It's just all going down.
There's the NFL offices right
That's
across
right.
Yeah, the NFL offices. Yeah, the West Coast offices are right here.
Yeah. football playoff in a game, in a 6-11 game against SMU. I think if we can get rid of that, that would be a nice start. There's obviously a million things that we need to do, but I think the first portal window is December 9th to 28th, and these players feel like, well, if I don't get in it now, then all the spots are going to be wiped up, and there's going to be nowhere for me to go. So I think that's one thing that they could do right off the bat, hopefully.
Look, when you think about now for college football, at the beginning of this new era, the NIL era, everyone was saying Wild Wild West. It's going to be crazy. I don't think anybody realized how crazy it was going to be. And every year there's another step, another level that we're taking. In actuality, what this was intended to be was Mike Pawlowski, the quarterback, can go to so-and-so corporation and get a sponsorship, which is okay. Yeah. That's fine.
Right.
But it should not be incumbent on the university to then provide more, right? That was the goal, as it was. Now, I mean, agents can be on the field talking to players. Agents don't even need to know players, and they can try and make offers to players. It is just completely spiraled out of control, and there needs to be some sort of governance over it.
The problem is anything you do to now, because these schools have proven that they will pay for these players, so there is a market. So anything you do to pull that back, if you do it on an institutional level where you have teams together, it becomes collusion. It is an antitrust. It is a restriction of trade issue. They cannot do it that way.
Right.
So you can't govern it. You can't regulate it because it will lose in the courts immediately. What has to happen is you need to come up with a form of contract law where now that we're having potentially this house settlement coming through, a settlement like this, where NCAA member institutions can get under contract with a player where the other institutions have to abide by that contract. Now, within that, there has to be opportunities for right to first refusal and kids to test the market to be able to maximize their potential. So the player's still going to have a ton of leverage.
Right.
But you can get under contract just like you would in the NFL. You can get under contract like you would in any business, right? If you're going to license something, if you're going to license a TV show, let's say ABC wants my show, they're going to license my TV show for a year, a season, maybe 2 seasons, 3 seasons, whatever it is. You're going to pay that contract. You're going to stay in that contract. And then I can't go anywhere because I've signed to that contract. And now I need to negotiate for a good settlement for me to get the money that I need. But I'm locked into that contract. And that's how you get some stability. And if you give the players obviously the opportunity to test the waters and have the university match, then at least you get the choice as the university and you get some stability.
Well, and you mentioned the house settlement. And for those that don't know, we're talking about billions and billions of dollars that is going to be poured back into college athletics to the student athletes, right? And they're talking about revenue sharing.
Yeah. Well, which is what it should have been all along.
That's the next step in this in the insanity, right? Because if there's no lane to stay in, and that becomes the next level, and billions more dollars are poured in, this is just going to be magnified to the 10th degree. We just talk about it in the open. Washington State today, their head coach left for Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jake Dicker. Yep.
22 players are in the portal. They don't have a head coach, an OC, a DC, a running back coach, or a wide receiver coach going to the Holiday Bowl, which is a coveted bowl. That's a good bowl. Yeah. I don't know. How are they going to field a team?
That's it.
Marshall
already backed out.
Already backed out. And by the way, then they went to the most regional opponent that was 5-7. They didn't go to the APR scores like they did in years past for the next 5-7 team, just because they need a team.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing?
Kevin, you got the answers for this.
That's why I think. I mean, I don't know how this. You talk about contract law and the NCAA can't do anything. Like, would they be able to enforce this, say, like changing the transfer portal window? So, like, if
that now the dates and timing and everything, but the NCAA is powerless right now. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. The NCAA was a monopoly for so long that when it busted up, it busted up. Like, they're making rulings right now, and teams are like, yeah, I don't care about that. That doesn't affect us. And they're just doing what they want. So it's not just the Wild Wild West. Remember, it's not just the players doing this. Like, people are mad that the players are doing this. It's a business opportunity for them.
Sure.
If somebody's going to offer you $3.5 to $6 to $7 million to come play for them, you have to take that seriously.
Well, and
that's life life-changing money.
Let's bring it back to this game in particular and the team that the Bears are going to be facing in UNLV. They had a chance to go to the Pac-12, right? They're a team that plays in an NFL stadium. They've invested a lot of money in football, a lot of money in men's basketball, which are the two biggest revenue sports. And they decided to stay in the Mountain West because of the unknown and the lawlessness that is the college football conference realignment. The Pac-12 doesn't have enough football teams still. The Mountain West does.
Yeah.
And that's the reality of why they're staying.
Without a doubt. And the other, thing when you consider it is who is also a huge piece of this? The networks. Because the networks are the ones starting to pull these conferences apart for what they want, right? Look what they did last year in the conference changeover. They give all the big money to the Big Ten. The SEC is making a ton of money in contracts. Well, the Pac-12 got left out because it had horrible management. And so they didn't realize that they were in a game of musical chairs.
Yeah.
It was going away. And so eventually I think that's what happens to college football. These teams become loosely affiliated with the schools, but they're really run by the networks, and those networks then are paying the tab, and you get revenue sharing with the players on an NFL-type model.
Look, we get to call a bowl game. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just try not to think about the rest for a little bit here.
And that's what Justin Wilcox said on your podcast, Mike. Like, he kind of encouraged fans that, hey, if you just want to enjoy college football, try not to think about all the machinations behind the scenes because it's going to drive you crazy.
Machinations.
That was big.
We might have to use that during the broadcast.
So I was in the NFL when this happened, when they had the white settlement. And so everybody predicted the demise of the NFL. It was going to be horrible. We're going to figure it out.
Meanwhile, we're sitting in a $6 billion stadium.
Exactly. So it's going to be okay. It's just going to be a very turbulent ride until it starts to take shape, right? It's like Jell-O. It's going to be wiggly, and it's going to be hard to contain, but eventually it's going to mold.
Boys, this is a pretty good soapbox we're on right now.
It really is, yes. Yeah. They're going to figure it out. All right. So that was college football. Remember, BMO is proud to be the official bank of UC Berkeley. You can follow us, or Cal Football, that is, on the web, calbears.com for the website, at Cal Football on X, and Cal Football on Snapchat. There's more to come from the Bud Light Tailgate Show. This is Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
Hey, Golden Bear fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cal football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the California Golden Bears. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
So, after you lift weights, your body keeps burning calories for hours post-workout.
Oh, like a BMO Savings Builder account.
What?
With BMO, I can get a reward every month I save.
So, you're getting an extra reward for the work you've already done?
Exactly. Plus, BMO gave me a cash bonus when I opened a checking account.
That's a flex.
This is a flex. Check out these pythons.
Pump up your savings with BMO. Conditions apply. Learn more at BMO.com/kickstart. Accounts are subject to approval and are provided in the United States by BMO Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
BMO.
Some days you hit sniff scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Whoa, even parked, you can hear the 2024 Toyota Tacoma's powerful engine. Ultra-responsive torque. I could pull a jet ski, dirt bikes, construction materials. Should I start flipping houses? Oh, wow. Is that the 2024 Land Cruiser? iForce Max hybrid powertrain, full-time four-wheel drive. This Land Cruiser is legendary. Am I worthy? Where do I go? Where can't I go? How much vacation time do I have left? Oh! Find yourself in a capable, reliable new Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places.
Cal Bears football all season long on the California Golden Bears Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, sports fans, have you heard about East Brother Beer Company in Richmond, California? East Brother Beer Company is all about classic, easy-drinking beers that'll make your taste buds cheer. They're not just another brewery, they're award-winning champions. Try East Brother Beer's Bow Pils, a clean, crisp, bohemian-style pilsner. And the Blonde Ale, a timeless classic that's your ultimate game day teammate. So grab your jersey, settle in, and crack open an East Brother Beer, the only choice for game day. Find a beer near you at eastbrotherbeer.com. Please drink responsibly.
It's game time!
Imagine a playing field where precision, strategy, and unwavering commitment lead to flawless execution. At Red Top Electric, our game plan is not just about wiring circuits, it's about creating lasting partnerships through large-scale commercial electric construction. Our all-American electrical contracting team has a playbook of innovative solutions that spark connections. Red Top Electric is powering what's next and fueling the roar of the Cal Bears.
Welcome back to the Bud Light Tailgate Show. Bud Light, proud sponsor of Cal Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. I'm Kevin Dana, and this is Dana's Deep Dive. Things are looking bright for the UNLV football program. They're nationally ranked following a 10-win regular season and appearance in the Mountain West title game. And while their former head coach Barry Odom just left to take the Purdue job, the Rebels were able to replace him with accomplished head man Dan Mullen. But it wasn't so long ago that UNLV suffered perhaps the most embarrassing defeat in FBS history. Picked to finish third in the West Division of the Mountain West, the Rebels opened the 2017 season with lowly Howard of the FCS ranks. It was a Howard team coming off a 2-win season that saw them lose their paycheck games at Maryland and Rutgers by a combined score of 104-27. They were breaking in a new head coach in Mike London, and as such, the Bison entered the 2017 opener at UNLV as 45-point underdogs. The odds were so huge that Vegas sportsbooks weren't even offering a money line for the game. Some offshore books had the Bison at 600-1 long shots, some even higher. By any measure, this was supposed to be a Rebel romp. From the very first drive, however, the Bison made it clear that 45-point spread was way off base. Howard quarterback Kalen Newton, yes, younger brother of former NFL MVP Cam Newton, made his presence felt with a 52-yard touchdown run to give the Bison a 7-0 lead less than 2 minutes into the game. The Rebels were trading field goals to the Bison's touchdowns, and when Devin Rollins took a fumble 75 yards to the house to give Howard a 21-9 lead midway through the second quarter, I'm sure the 15,000 fans at Sam Boyd Stadium started to get more than just a wee bit nervous. But this is just some FCS patsy that UNLV paid $600 to come take a beating. UNLV responded with its first touchdown and ripped off 24 unanswered points to take a 33-21 lead with 6:45 to go in the third quarter. Crisis averted, right, Rebel Nation? Perhaps you can breathe a little easier. But wait, Howard running back Anthony Filliot wasn't about to let the Bison go quietly into the Sin City night. He countered with 2 rushing TDs of his own, and the Bison found themselves up 3 in the fourth quarter. UNLV responded with a 3-yard rushing TD of their own courtesy of Lexington Thomas, but Howard answered right back on the very next drive with Kalen Newton scampering in for his second touchdown to give Howard a 43-40 lead with 7:34 left. And then UNLV went 3 and out. Uh-oh. Howard had a chance to create a little cushion driving all the way down to the Rebel 2-yard line, but got stuffed on a 4th and 1. Here's UNLV's chance to avert disaster. But disaster struck on the very next play. A 33-yard catch and run for the Rebels turned sour with a fumble, and the Bison were quickly back on the ball with 2:34 left, leading by 3, and in UNLV territory again. With the Rebels out of timeouts, Howard salted away all but 13 seconds off the clock. Needing 80 yards in essentially 2 plays, UNLV was only able to muster 48, with Lexington Thomas getting tackled at the Howard 32 on the last play of the game. The Bison had done it, slaying the Rebels 43-40 as 45-point dogs. According to BetLabSports.com, the AP, and ESPN, it was the biggest upset since at least 2005 going by point spread. After the game, head coach Mike London of Howard said, "I'm extremely proud of this team.
I just give a lot of credit to the players and the coaches who were able to put the game plans together, and we're just so happy with the outcome. The outlook on the other sideline? A little grimmer, I'd say. Here's the post-game reaction from Las Vegas Review-Journal reporters Mark Anderson and Ed Graney.
It's the worst loss, I think, in UNLV history, and there's a debate whether it's the worst loss in college football history. And the question is, where do the Rebels go from here? Can they emotionally get it together? Can they mentally get together? I don't know. It's going to be hard.
It's just there's not much to say after a loss like this. You're a huge, huge favorite. You're opening up the season under a new athletic director, third season for Tony Sanchez. And for them to come out with a loss like this is really inexcusable on most points. I think Mark would agree.
Yeah, the defense has been bad for years, but it was shocking how bad it was. Like, just couldn't tackle you and me. And I don't know how you fix that. I really don't. And you made the point earlier tonight. They go to the box. What if they have to play better teams straight up? That's going to be really tough for them. I don't know how they recover from this.
More to come from the Bud Light Tailgate Show. This is Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
So if that answers all your questions about your new cloud storage, would you like to hear about our voice-over internet systems?
Sounds perfect.
Well done. Let's try it again. This time, ask about data security.
Yeah.
Would you enjoy working on a world-class team with the best training in the country? Then consider a career at Pacific Office Automation. Join our fast-growing team where we offer strong benefits and competitive compensation. Apply at pacificoffice.com/careers. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Some days you hit snooze till the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Cal plays here all season long. This is Cal football from Learfield.
It's game time.
Imagine a playing field where precision, strategy, and unwavering commitment lead to flawless execution. At Red Top Electric, our game plan is not just about wiring circuits, it's about creating lasting partnerships through large-scale commercial electric construction. Our all-American electrical contracting team has a playbook of innovative solutions that spark connections. Red Top Electric is powering what's next and fueling the roar of the Cal Bears.
Hey, sports fans, have you heard about East Brother Beer Company in Richmond, California? East Brother Beer Company is all about classic, easy-drinking beers that'll make your taste buds cheer. They're not just another brewery, they're award-winning champions. Try East Brother Beer's Bow Pils, a clean, crisp, bohemian-style pilsner. And the Blonde Ale, a timeless classic that's your ultimate game day teammate. So grab your jersey, settle in, and crack open an East Brother Beer, the only choice for game day. Find a beer near you at eastbrotherbeer.com. Please drink responsibly.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletic season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Welcome back on our Bud Light Tailgate Show. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. It's the Bears and the UNLV Rebels in the LA Bowl. We're now joined by one of the defensive backs for California. It's Noel Williams. Great season for you, Noel. How you doing?
Justin.
Yeah, appreciate you taking some time. This has got to be an emotional type of game for you, right? This is your final game as a collegiate player. Has that hit you yet?
Hasn't hit me just yet, but I think it will after a week. As the week goes by.
Yeah. What has been what's been? I know you guys just got down there and we're recording this early, but what's been the festivities? What's been it like down in LA?
Everything's been good. You know, weather's perfect like usual, and I think our team's about to go to Universal Studios. So, just taking in the moments. You know, just trying to enjoy the week with my brothers and just come out with this win.
Talk about your season here, Noel, because we were just it was so much fun to watch you all year long, and I know you put a lot of hard work in the off season to improve and try and have a good final year as a collegiate player. When you look back at your season, just kind of in general, what are your thoughts on the year?
My thoughts, I think my season went as planned. There's always plays I could have made more. Like, I dropped a couple picks, but I feel like for me being a senior, I feel like I was consistent on film, and there's always things I want back, but I feel like it's been a good season for me mentally and physically.
Yeah, I mean, you lead the nation with interceptions. You had a kickoff return touchdown. You had the pick six. You had a lot of big plays for this team. You and I were talking early in the season about what you were trying to do in the offseason to make yourself as best a player as you could. When you look back on that offseason, what were the big improvements you think that led to such a good final year for you?
I think just my movement, change of direction skills, and then my ball skills for sure. I just practicing my hands every day, making sure when that opportunity does come, I'll be ready to catch the ball. And just my football IQ, I feel like the game slowed down for me a lot. And just, training my body in the weight room, trying to build it up, just building, muscle memory with my back pedal and brakes, all that good stuff. So I feel like this offseason I was just more locked into myself and what mission I had in plan.
Yeah, and it's such a veteran group that you play with, too, in that defensive backfield. But were those conversations like that you are having with your improvement? Did you try and translate that to others in the group?
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't the only one working out in the offseason. I was working out with a lot of my brothers this offseason. And we just attacked every day. We woke up early in the morning, ran, lifted, was in the film room. So I'm really proud of my guys because, they helped me get to where I'm at right now.
Well, this bowl matchup is unique for you. Obviously, it's against your former team, which is something you don't have an opportunity very often to do. And I know that there have been a lot of changes over at UNLV, but any of those players left over that you're looking forward to playing against?
Yeah, for sure. I for sure know a couple of defensive players and maybe 2 offensive players. For sure. There's a couple guys from that class that came in after me.
Okay.
That I know of, and a couple people in my class still on that team. So
yeah,
I'll for sure see a couple familiar faces.
It's kind of the bow on top of the final game, right? You get to play for your current team against your former team in your final collegiate game.
Yeah, facts.
Well, now I don't want to look past this game, but I do want to ask your plan for the next off season and trying to prepare for an NFL opportunity. What is the game plan for you when the season ends come January and February?
Probably just train at the Exos facility in Florida and just try to build up my body. And then I think I will be attending the East-West Shrine Bowl. So I will be participating in that and just training hard, man, trying to just take advantage of all my opportunities, build relationships, and all that good stuff.
Okay, before we let you go, Noel, do you have a favorite memory as a Cal player, maybe from this year or last year?
There's not one certain memory I have that's good. It's kind of like a string of memories through the ups and downs that I think about it. So I feel like the last 2 seasons just helped me grow as a man and just helped me build relationships in Cal. So I love this community. I love my guys, man. So I think it's just a string of memories, not one specific memory. I would say one big memory is probably just being Stanford, 2-0 versus Stanford, so that's a good memory.
I love to hear that, and I think Bear fans will love to hear that. All right, Noel, we appreciate the time, and have fun in your final game, and one more time out with this team.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you, Justin.
All right, that was Noel Williams from the Cal defensive backfield. Great to have him on our Bud Light Tailgate Show. We'll take another break on the Bud Light Tailgate Show. When we come back, we'll have an interview with Travers Family head football coach Justin Wilcox. It's the LA Bowl, California, and UNLV. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
September 10th, 2022. Cal and UNLV meet for the first time in football. The Bears started fast, taking a 14-0 first quarter lead. Jaden Ott scored on a 2-yard run, then was on the receiving end of a 12-yard TD strike from Jack Plummer, who completed his first 8 passes and wound up throwing for 278 yards on the day. Cal led 17-7 at the half. Dario Longetto's second field goal made it 20-7 in the third, as the defense came up big down the stretch. 3 different times Cal made fourth down stops, and Isaiah Young's interception snuffed out the Rebels' last gasp. The final in Berkeley, Bears 20, UNLV 14. Hal Ramey with today's Cal Series Flashback.
Wow. Toyota's new Grand Highlander Hybrid really has 97.5 cubic feet of cargo space. I can upgrade my flower hobby into a flower hustle. And it seats 8. Do I want kids or become a dog mom of 8? Plus, it's got all-wheel drive, camping, skiing. Do I even have skis? Whoa. There's 15 other Toyota hybrid models. Sounds dreamy. What are my dreams? Am I dreaming right now? Find yourself in a stylish new Toyota hybrid today. Toyota. Let's go places. What places? Where are we going?
Hey, Golden Bear fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cal football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the California Golden Bears. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Pacific Office Automation is a preferred provider of copiers and print solutions for Cal Athletics. Let us help you create your total office solution with copiers and printers, security systems and cameras, managed IT and cloud services, unified communications and telephones, including carrier services, plus temperature sensing kiosks and more. The one source for all your office technology solutions. Go to PacificOffice.com. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol's thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol. This is Cal football from Learfield.
The Fourth Bore is the place to be all weekend long, with live music on the patio every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Come enjoy your favorite local bands, along with Russian River Brewery's Pliny the Elder, or any of our ice-cold 28 craft beers on draft.
It's game time!
Imagine a playing field where precision, strategy, and unwavering commitment lead to flawless execution. At Red Top Electric, our game plan is not just about wiring circuits, it's about creating lasting partnerships through large-scale commercial electric construction. Our all-American electrical contracting team has a playbook of innovative solutions that spark connections. Red Top Electric is powering what's next and fueling the roar of the Cal Bears. The Fourth Bore and the Forge Handcrafted Pizza bring the party to you with their fully functional 1971 Ford Fire Truck mobile catering. With an imported Italian Valoriani oven, full char broiler, and 4 draft beer taps, the Forge Pizza Fire Truck can handle any occasion.
Welcome back on the Bud Light Tailgate Show from SoFi Stadium. It's the Bears and the UNLV Rebels. We're now joined by Traverse family head football coach Justin Wilcox. It's brought to you by Pepsi. First of all, Coach, this venue and this bowl, how has it been so far this week?
Oh, amazing. I mean, the hospitality has been fantastic. The venue is incredible. If you haven't been to SoFi, you need to find a way to come watch a game or an event here. Weather's been fantastic. The practices have been spirited. We've had a lot of family members and former players come by practice, which is really cool. And then at the same time, our guys are taking finals, so they had a lot of work to do, but we're excited for the game.
Obviously, a lot of moving parts. Let's talk about the quarterback position, though. What is that looking like for this game?
Yeah, CJ, he's done a really good job preparing for this game. Played a little bit at the end of the year there against SMU. CJ's played a lot of college football. He's played
at a high level. We're excited for him. Also, EJ. EJ's a freshman for us, and he's done a really good job making the most of the reps during this this bowl prep. And we'll see how it goes during the game, but both those guys done a fantastic job. We're excited about both of them.
Seems like a little more healthy, too. Cade Uluave is going to play in this game.
Yeah, Cade's done a great job. Cade loves football. If it's feasible for him to play physically, he wants to play. So he's done a good job. He was back in practice running around, so we'll get Cade back out there, and I know he's itching to hit somebody.
Well, the fun part about this, too, is that if you had only a few games played, you maintain that redshirt status if you play in this one. Will we see some Bears out there that only got a few snaps or a few games this year?
Yeah, there's a handful of guys who we held at 4 games, and now in the bowl game they can play. So there's going to be some faces that you see more of. There's going to be some young guys with opportunities because of that, and also just whether it's injuries or their position, they're going to get more chances to play. So we're excited for those guys. It'll be a springboard for them to burst onto the scene and kind of make their statement for this game and moving into next year.
Anybody in particular that stands out that you're looking forward to seeing out there?
Well, I guess we'll see at the end of the game.
All right. Now, onto the offensive side of the ball. We talked a lot about the coaching changes for this team on the podcast interview you and I did. Let's talk about those 4 coaches you brought in, maybe their role as they look at it this week, and your excitement level for those 4.
Yeah, we've had 2 coaches move on. There's a bunch of guys who are on our staff still, who've been here for a couple years, and those guys are doing a great job putting game plans together, running practice, and so they've done a fantastic job. And there really hasn't been any hiccup, in terms of preparation, practice, drill work, anything like that. We also have some new faces, and those guys have been engaged at practice. They're there to support our team, encourage our team. They're helping with recruiting and also meeting the players on our team that they'll be coaching in the future. So those guys have been awesome, but the staff who has been here done a great job putting the game plan together and leading their rooms.
In terms of that game plan execution, is there one particular coach that's going to handle the play calling, or is it going to be just kind of everybody doing their thing?
Yeah, it's been a collaborative effort, and we know what we're going to call in certain situations. Between Sterling Gilbert, Mike Safell, Aristotle Thompson, our support staff members who have worked with their positions at receiver and O-line for the last 2 years. Those guys have done a great job, and it'll be, like I said, everything's kind of packaged, and so we know what we're going to call in certain situations, and it'll be a collaborative effort in the game.
Well, you look at UNLV now, the opponent for this bowl game, historic season for them, obviously double-digit wins. Went to the Mountain West Championship game again. What do you see from this UNLV team? Seems like a good run offense, good run defense. They do a lot of things well.
Yeah, really explosive on offense. The option game that they give you, the quarterback's a dynamic player. They put you in conflict. The receiver's really good. He also has blocked 4 punts, so they're elite on special teams. And then defensively, linebacker, edge players, corner, really, really good. They lost in the championship game to Boise State, who's a playoff team, excellent football team. So they're a really, really good team, well coached, and they'll be ready to play.
What do they do so well in the run defense? Because that's been a strength for them this year.
Just really physical up front. Their edge guys, the inside backer is a really good player. They've done a heck of a job. They tackle really well. They fly around. Third downs, third and long especially, they get after people and they take the ball away. They got DBs that hawk the ball. So we'll have to be really efficient on offense.
All right, Travers family head football coach Justin Wilcox for the Bears and the Rebels in the LA Bowl. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Go Bears.
All right, the head coach's interview is brought to you by Pepsi. Grab an ice-cold Pepsi Zero Sugar and cheer on the Golden Bears. Football watching better with Pepsi. That does it for our Bud Light Tailgate Show here this evening. Stand by. Our game broadcast is coming your way in a moment. We'll have the starting lineups, keys to the game, and the kickoff of the LA Bowl, the Bears and the UNLV Rebels. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
Hey, Golden Bear fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cal football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the California Golden Bears. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Okay, the 2025 Toyota Camry is fully redesigned. I see you, Toyota. Sleek interior, electronic all-wheel drive. I should hit the mountains. I should call my girls. I should call my mom. Fold-down rear seats. This Camry's got tons of room. Could fit a snowboard in here. Should I try it again? The instructor was cute. Is he single? Is it complicated? 232 horsepower. Get lost in nature. Find myself in Joshua Tree. What if his name's Joshua? Find yourself in an all-new 2025 Toyota Camry today. Toyota. Let's go places.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Barbasol delivers a thick lather and close, comfortable shave for half the price of gels. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. This is Cal football from Learfield.
Caleb Herring, take it away.
Number one for UNLV has always been throughout the season is controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of your opponent. So controlling the line of scrimmage is key, number one. Number two for UNLV, the turnover margin. We mentioned that Cal has a propensity to create turnovers defensively. They're one of the leading teams in all of college football and for as their turnover ratio. UNLV has to protect the football, protect possessions, and control that turnover margin. Number three for UNLV, something that's been absent from UNLV in the final weeks of the year, the special teams impact. I'm looking to see the special teams make an impact, whether it's a block punt, obviously minus Ricky White, maybe a little bit more difficult, but special teams in the return game or in the coverage game has to make a special play and make an impact on this game and play clean, to say the least. So those are the three keys to the game. Hopefully the Rebels can come through, and those things should lead them to victory.
National anthem going on the field. We'll be back with the coin toss. We'll also have starting lineups and kickoff in the LA Bowl. Rebels look for their first bowl win in 24 years. This has been the Ted Weens pregame show, brought to you by Ted Weens Complete Auto Service. More than just a tire store, they really do care. Kickoff next from SoFi Stadium here on the UNLV Sports Network from Learfield.
Getting quality positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle. Unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
On the Rebel Sports Network from Learfield, Rebel Football is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream, delivering a quality shave at an honest value for over 100 years. Also by Findlay Chevrolet. Findlay Chevrolet is your home of the Woo, located on the 215 Beltway between Rainbow and Jones. This is your radio home for UNLV Rebel football.
Inside the 10, inside the 5, to the pylon. Touchdown, Rebels.
It's blocked and heading back towards the Rebel end zone. Second punt block touchdown in as many weeks. Throw on the slant is to Ricky White. He's got it for a touchdown. Throws it towards the end zone. It's picked off. Jackson Woodard at the 5-yard line. Stiff arms a defender. Dives towards the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Live from SoFi Stadium, the Rebels the Golden Bears. This is the LA Bowl. Kickoff is just moments away. Now, with the call of the game, here's Caleb Herring and the voice of the Rebels, Matt Neverett.
The final game of the 2024 football season sees UNLV coming into the LA Bowl with a 10-3 record and ranked 24th in the country. The Rebels taking on the 6-6 Golden Bears out of Cal. Hello, everybody, and welcome into SoFi Stadium for the Art of Sport LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk, along with Steve Cofield on the sidelines, my partner Caleb Herring, our engineer Dwayne McDonald, and our producer back at our Lotus broadcast headquarters, Griffin Kemp. I'm Matt Neverett. As Cal gets introduced on the field now, UNLV to follow as a home team in this matchup. After winning 10 games for just the third time in program history, UNLV looks for elusive win number 11, and they'll do it with interim head coach Del Alexander leading the charge. This UNLV team united as they fight for win number 11. Caleb, we just got done with our 10 Wings pregame show. We talked about what it's going to take for a Rebel victory today, but we've been remarking both on and off the air how remarkable it is to see this team as united as it is with everything going on around the climate of college football.
Yeah, very united, very led by their player leadership. The locker room has been headed by 4 captains all season long: Jacob DeJesus, Jonathan Baldwin, Jackson Woodard, and Ricky White. Obviously, Ricky White not going to be suited up in action tonight. We talked about that earlier, but promoted to that captain position has been the senior quarterback, Haj Malik Williams. He joins the rest of the captains out on the field right now, getting set for the coin toss. But this is a player-led event. This is a player-led team, and they look to player lead their way to the 11th win. I'm excited for this team. I'm excited for them to take the field. The Rebel fans that have made the trip are in for a treat. I think they're passionate and fired up to come away with this win today.
UNLV trying to wipe the taste of the loss in the Mountain West Championship game out of their mouth. Meanwhile, for Cal, their 6 wins this year have been by an average of 16 points. Out of their losses, only one of them has been by more than 1 score, and that was in their regular season finale with a banged-up roster against SMU. Moral of the story, Caleb, when Cal wins, they win big. When they lose, they keep it close, and that's been the story for 8th-year head coach Justin Wilcox.
Yeah, both teams have experience, and they're battle-tested. Some close games throughout the year for both teams. So if it turns into a dogfight, I think the will of the teams will decide it. That's what we can hope for in this clash of non-conference opponents, ACC versus Mountain West. Hopefully this game does turn out to be an entertaining one down to the wire. I think both teams have the leadership to get that done. Both teams have changes that they're going to be dealing with and trying to sort out in the early goings of this game. So it might be some sloppy but exciting football to start. Once one of these teams settles in, I think you maybe could get a chance for some separation. But I expect them to fight down to the final whistle.
Both of these teams going bowling for consecutive seasons. For UNLV, it's the first time ever in the history of Rebel football that they have made a bowl game in back-to-back seasons. And now the captains meeting at midfield with the referee, Ted Pitts. Rob Gronkowski getting set for the coin toss as we send it down to the field.
And, of course, our game host, NFL legend, Rob Gronkowski.
Referee on the field never turned the mic on. They're showing the players the coin right now. Cal wearing their white jerseys with yellow helmets and yellow pants. UNLV with a really slick look. They got the white helmets, the old school Script Rebels logo, red jerseys, and white pants. As coin toss is in the air, and Cal has won the toss.
For them, their 3rd time in program history, they've had 10 or more wins in a season. The only other times they could
red jerseys and white pants. As
in back-to-back seasons, believe it or not, for their first time ever. They are 3-2 all time in their bowl games, and their last win was in the year 2000. So historic season. They do not have their head coach. It's an interim head coach, Del Alexander, who has been the wide receiver coach for UNLV. He will be in charge here tonight.
I was going to say, you know how you get rewarded for that kind of success? You lose your head coach.
Exactly. Yeah, going to Purdue and taking a good amount of the coaching personnel with him. And we talked about it on the pregame show. The amount of money that UNLV has poured into this program. Barry Odom had them at their highest level. 9-5 last year, 10-3 this year, then hired by Purdue to try and turn that program around. And they announced that Dan Mullen, who was the Mississippi State head coach for a good amount of time and then over to Florida before being pulled into the broadcasting realm for ESPN, he is now the 5th head coach for the Rebels in the last 12 seasons for UNLV. The Golden Bears in their gold helmets, white jerseys, gold pants will be kicking off in this football game from left to right. We stand in the northwest corner of this stadium, and we're at level 7, so we're high and back from the playing surface here. But Coe will lean into this kick, right-footed kicker, end over end, sends it deep and out of the back of the end zone for another touchback, which he's done so often this year. More than 60% of his kicks have resulted in touchbacks.
The multimedia board that they have inside SoFi Stadium is insane, but the sound system is even more so. So it's going to sound like an NFL game all night long on the headsets here on the radio.
Yeah, they've got it calibrated for 70,000 plus, which is the capacity of this stadium. But with the roof over the top, it is not an enclosed stadium, but there is a roof with a lot of open air, and it makes for a loud atmosphere. Haj Malik Williams, the starting quarterback, will go now under center with a single man in the backfield. He'll send 3 to the right. He turns, he hands off, and running over the right guard position and running into the arms of Teddy Buchanan was Thomas, the lead back in this formation. Thomas, who ran for 846 yards this season, picks up a few yards on his first down run.
And it is good to see both Teddy Buchanan and Cade Uluave back there at those linebacker positions for the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears are healthy on defense, and they get Cade Uluave back after missing a couple of games. Malik Williams in the backfield, handoff again to Thomas, weaving his way forward, follows a block, spins off first contact, gets across the 30-yard line, and is down at the 32. He picks up 3 yards. It'll be 3rd and 3. This California defense this year, one of the best in the ACC. 22 points per game allowed on average. And that's one of their best marks in the last couple of decades this season. So 3rd down, they'll clear out the backfield. Now Thomas adjusts to the left side of Williams in the backfield. They'll send a man in motion, the sweeping handoff to the right, and running over to that edge. And there's Uluave to set the edge, cut him down, and no gain. 4th down coming up for the Rebels.
Nice job getting the stop. UNLV coming out with what they do. They run the football, so they're going to try to establish that strong running game. Cade Uluave, as a linebacker in this system, roaming from inside out, doing what you call a run-through. He sees a gap, runs through that gap, and tackle it from behind. So great instincts by Uluave.
Marshall Nichols will kick this ball away. It's a short punt, bounces at the 35-yard line, and then hits a UNLV cover man, Butler, right at the 30, and probably ended up saving the Bears maybe 3 or 4 yards as he got hit by that ball.
At least, and who can tell how far that would have bounced afterwards, because UNLV had it surrounded. And a really smart play by one of his teammates to pick it up after it hit him, because as soon as that touches one of the covering team, it's a live ball. So the Bears could have tried to grab it and taken off with it at that point.
So a 3 and out on the first series for UNLV's offense, and here comes the California offense. And was a question as to who would start this game. It will be C.J. Harris, the transfer from Ohio, who saw his first action in a Bear uniform the last game they played against SMU in a reserve role. Ott in the backfield to his left, shotgun snap, handoff. Ott tries to run off to the left side and is grabbed near the 35-yard line by the outstretched arm of Marcel McDuffie. And it's just a gain of about 4 yards on the play to the 35.
Promising. If you can move the ball in 4 and 5 yard chunks, you give yourself an option on offense. So great job by Jaden finding the backside hole there. Good job of clearing just enough space for him by that offensive line.
Empty backfield now as Ott will split left with Brady. They'll motion the tight end Endries to the left. Here's Harris to throw. Pump fakes once, tries to tuck it, runs out to the right side, and gets swallowed up and dropped for a loss of 1 to the 35-yard line. He wanted that screen, realized it was covered well, and didn't get rid of the ball.
Well, communication issue. You see Jaden Ott over there right now having a discussion with Mikey Matthews about who got that wrong. Excuse me, I thought we're so far Jonathan Brady, not Mikey Matthews. But having a discussion because somebody blew the assignment. So C.J. Harris looked over there. There was nobody there to catch the ball.
3rd down and 7 now with Matthews and Merriweather split right. Ott calling out the play at the line of scrimmage. He's offset to the right side of Harris in the shotgun. Low snap taken, 4-man rush, rolls to his right side, looking to throw, throws on the run, and he's got Endries near the first down marker, tries to turn it upfield for extra yardage, and he's got the first to the 45-yard line of California. But hold on a minute. Is this one coming back? There is a flag back at the 30-yard line.
Holding, 66 offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay, third down.
So Will McDonald, they got for the holding in the center for the Bears. The thing is, C.J. Harris, if he just drops back, he's got Endries coming across the middle. And you don't end up get that holding because he doesn't have to chase outside. That's the unfamiliarity of a quarterback playing who hasn't had the snaps at the position. Right. Drop back, eyes downfield, hit your tight end on the over. Would have been super easy. Instead, he scrambles, makes a nice play, but they got the holding as a result.
Went 6 for 11 against SMU. Now he drops back to throw on 3rd and 16. They try to set up the screen pass to the right side, and it is a big hit on Mikey Matthews right at the 20-yard line. Loss of an additional 2 yards, and it will be a punt coming on for California.
And that's been one of the Bears' go-to plays in long yardage situations. So eventually you go to the well so many times that other teams scout you out and they get a feel for what you're doing based on formation.
Jet Elad broken up that play to get another loss of 2. It's 4th and 16 now, and punting from the 10-yard line is Lachlan Wilson, who had 51 punts this year for 45 yards on average. This punt is nearly blocked. I don't know how he got it away. Flag comes in on the collision. Fair catch called for on the opposite 30-yard line. And UNLV this year, one thing they did an exceptional job of is block punts. Now, a majority of those came from one player, 4 punts blocked from Ricky White. This was not White, but it nearly was blocked. And then the collision thereafter, forcing the flag.
Ricky White, by the way, who is a stud wide receiver for them.
Running into the kicker. That penalty's declined. The ball will be placed at the end of the kick. First down.
And with all of that, Lachlan Wilson still uncorked a beauty of a punt that was down at the 30-yard line, and that's where UNLV will take over when we come back. 11-12 to go in the opening quarter. Nothing from the LA Bowl here in Southern California. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
Some days is Cal Football from Learfield.
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop D-O-double G.
Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile.
Okay, cool.
This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line. Plus, 4 always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop.
We up out of here.
Hold your horses, Snoop D-O-double G. Let's remind people one more time.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence on us. Plus 4 lines for $25. Now drop that jangle.
With 24 monthly bill credits, 4 eligible trade-ins, and 4 new lines with autopay. Well-qualified customers plus taxes and fees and $35 per line connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits and credit stop and balance on required finance agreements due. $829.99 credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence available now.
Back at LA Bowl here in Southern California. From SoFi Stadium, Justin Allegri, Mike Pawlowski, Kevin Dana with you. And both teams forced to punt on their opening possession so far in this football game. No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM ACC Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through the regular season and into the postseason. We've got your team covered anywhere you go. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.us/ACC Radio 2024. All right, so both teams with early punts in this game. You know, Ricky White, we mentioned him as the player that leads the nation with 4 blocked punts this year. More than any other FBS team total this season came from Ricky White. 1,000-yard receiver this season, but he was on the trip, and we were told pregame was questionable to play this one. Healthy, but questionable because his future as a potential NFL draft pick.
Yeah, the opt-in and opt-out, another thing. It's what these guys talk about, making a business decision. There were no business decisions back in the day, and so that's one thing that I do miss about players playing with their teammates for their final game. It's a huge piece of the life as an athlete. You've sweat, you've bled with these guys to get here. I would personally want to play in this game with my teammates.
Only business decision back in the day was to not put your head down and take contact from a linebacker.
Exactly.
Pistol formation now, and before the snap comes in, a penalty marker is down on this 1st and 10 opportunity for UNLV from the 30-yard line.
false start, 78, offense, 5-yard penalties, still first down.
And one thing we talked about was the turnovers generated for both of these defenses was a big difference in the reason that why UNLV had a good season. The other difference is the same starting 5 on their offensive line this year in all but one game.
Makes a huge difference when you have that kind of chemistry.
Pistol formation again now on a 1st and 15 out of the shotgun. Here is the snap. Williams hands off to Thomas, tries to wiggle his way forward, and he is brought down from his right side after a gain of 1. It's David Reese on that outside edge to bring him in.
Trying that zone running game we talked about, a play called duo. You get 2 double teams inside, and then you let the back read the linebacker. Bears doing a nice job stuffing that run.
Offset to the left side is Thomas in the shotgun. Williams dropping back to throw. Deep drop here, has some time to throw over the middle. The quick slant and leaving his feet, trying to go up and over the pair of linebackers in Barth and Johnson was Ballin guy, and he did not get over them. Wow.
That was not the best decision for a move on that play. You're a tight end. He tried to jump over Liam Johnson, and Johnson just picked him up and ran the full suplex. He has a future in WWE.
And he went off the top turnbuckle there.
I loved it.
Now a 3rd down and long for UNLV. 3rd and 10. Here's Williams to throw, angling to his left side, airs it out deep downfield, and batted incomplete at the 30-yard line. Matthew Littlejohn was stride for stride with Jacob DeJesus and got to that ball first, swatted it to the turf, incomplete, and another 3 and out to start this game. Back-to-back series from the Cal defense.
That nickel position was one of those positions for the Bears that they struggled with this year. Matt Littlejohn that time got the perfect strategic little pull back to get DeJesus right in range and made a great play on that football while it was in the air.
Second punt for Nichols now, and a fair catch. No fair catch called for at the 25-yard line. A big collision against the return man, who is not returning. It is Isaiah Crosby who's returning kicks here today for California. And again, we're going to see some of the younger players, some of the players that maybe haven't played as much this year. Crosby being one of them. Normally the Bears had Mikey Matthews returning punts this year, but Crosby this time. With that, we'll send it to another timeout from the LA Bowl. 0-0. Cal back on the football when we return. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
So, after you lift weights, your body keeps burning calories for hours post-workout.
Oh, like a BMO Savings Builder account.
What?
With BMO, I can get a reward every month I save.
So, you're getting an extra reward for the work you've already done?
Exactly. Plus, BMO gave me a cash bonus when I opened a checking account.
That's a flex.
This is a flex. Check out these pythons.
Pump up your savings with BMO. Conditions apply. Learn more at BMO.com/kickstart. Accounts are subject to approval and are provided in the United States by BMO Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
BMO. Go Bears! This is Cal Football from Learfield.
The Fourth Board Tap Room and Grill is all about community. We're proud sponsors of Cal Athletics, many local youth teams, and swim clubs. Let us host a fundraiser for your organization.
Hey, sports fans, have you heard about East Brother Beer Company in Richmond, California? East Brother Beer Company is all about classic, easy-drinking beers that'll make your taste buds cheer. They're not just another brewery, they're award-winning champions. Try East Brother Beer's Bow Pils, a clean, crisp Bohemian-style pilsner. And the Blonde Ale, a timeless classic that's your ultimate game day teammate. So grab your jersey, settle in, and crack open an East Brother Beer, the only choice for game day. Find a beer near you at eastbrotherbeer.com. Please drink responsibly.
The Fourth Bore is the place to be all weekend long, with live music on the patio every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Come enjoy your favorite local bands, along with Russian River Brewery's Pliny the Elder, or any of our ice-cold 28 craft beers on draft.
Welcome back to SoFi. Scoreless in the first quarter between Cal and UNLV. Kevin Dan with you on the sidelines. And guys, it's been a long-standing tradition for Cal to play a game in SoCal every year, either USC or UCLA. And today's game keeps the streak alive with Cal playing the LA Bowl. This is now the 93rd straight year that the Golden Bears have played at least one game in Southern California. The last time they didn't make the trip to SoCal, 1931, when they didn't play UCLA and they hosted USC. So the streak will make it through at least 2025 because Cal is playing at San San Diego State next September, but the streak could fall in 2026 unless they make it to a Southern California bowl game. And guys, we do have to give a hat tip to UCLA and USC for all the hard work, the legwork they put in to end this streak for Cal in the coming years.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you to the LA schools.
For that. Yes, we love that. No Coliseum, no Rose Bowl opportunity this year for the Bears, but the $6 billion SoFi Stadium was available.
It was available for a venue. I like it.
All right, so 1st and 10 for California at the 23-yard line. 3 offensive opportunities, 2 for UNLV, 1 for Cal, and 3 punts so far. And we've yet to see a first down in this football game. We anticipated perhaps it being a defensive-type game. Harris in the backfield with Ott to his left side. 4 receivers set. They'll move Endry to the right of the line. Here's the shotgun snap. A sweeping handoff to Jaden. Outside the numbers to the 25-30. 35-40. Breaks free down the near sideline. Trying to beat the final man with a stiff arm. And he tiptoes his way along the near side and falls out of bounds.
Great job by Jaden of recognizing he was in the open field. And rather than trying to cut back or play games the way he was running, he just put it into track mode and got as much as he could out of that play.
Jaden Ott was finally pushed out near the 30-yard line. Now the shotgun snap taken and a run up the middle on the keeper from C.J. Harris. Doesn't get too much there. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Great seal block that last play by Jack Endries off the outside. If you can block this team, Jaden Ott has the speed to create something in the backfield. The reason that teams at this level don't necessarily compete at the highest level is generally team speed. And so Jaden Ott has the speed to run away from guys if you get him some free grass.
2nd down and 10 now. 2 receivers to either side. Ball set near hash. Here's Harris in the shotgun. Motions Ott. They sweep the handoff to him, and Ott to the left side. Tries to find a hole. Gets around. Breaks the first contact. Tries to follow a block from Brady to the 25-yard line, and then is spun out of bounds on the far side of the field after a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 6. It was a 48-yard run from Jaden Ott.
And you mentioned it. Great block out there by Jonathan Brady. Coming back inside. They call it a crack block. You come from the outside in. You pick up either a strong safety or an outside backer. Did an excellent job of getting that block to get the edge for Jaden.
Jaden checks himself out for a breather. Thomas now in at the tailback position. He speeds from left to right, stops in the backfield behind Harris. Shotgun snap looking to his left, throws the screen out to Thomas. And Thomas, there was nobody in front there to meet the defender, Malik Chavis, who wraps him up immediately and brings him down. It'll be 4th and 6, and a long field goal try here for the Bears. The Bears, who have flip-flopped between Ryan Coe and Derek Morris. It will be Morris on this attempt. Ball will be set on the far hash. This kick will come from left to right. A 43-yard attempt for Morris, whose long this year is 46. Snap is down. Kick is up from left to right, angling toward the far upright. It doinks off of it and then caroms through. Well, plenty of distance from Morris. Hit the right upright, very high up there, and then caromed right on through. And the Bears are on the board first here this evening, 3-0. That made field goal, by the way, is brought to you by your Toyota dealers of Northern California. Toyota, let's go places.
So is doink now an official word? It doinks off the upright?
Yeah, we can
I was
go
with
it.
you. I knew exactly what you were talking about. It's going to be the Webster word of the year next year for the dictionary.
Doink.
Doink.
3-0 California from the LA Bowl. We'll step aside. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
Hey, Golden Bears fans, you don't have to put on pads to tackle hard project work. Just visit one of Herc Rental's 24 North California locations. With nearly 60 years of equipment rental expertise, Herc Rental serves a vast array of customer markets. Whether you're building, heating, cooling, powering, pumping, digging, flooring, or trucking, you can vet every single drive, ins and a score. Visit us today at hercrentals.com.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a road. Easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
3-0 California with the lead, a 5-play, 52-yard drive, and a 43-yard doink field goal.
The official
California.
doink.
Yeah. Bears lead it, though, 3-0. And look, it was Jaden Ott, big part of that drive for California. He's already up to 56 yards, and it's good to see Jaden at least seeming like he's back and himself again.
Yeah, well, as soon as you give him space off the edge, he has the speed to make something happen. The issue has been he hasn't had much space to make a move. Remember, he is more of a read and run guy than a hit-the-hole fast guy, and so if you don't give him that edge where he can get out in the open field, it's trouble for Jaden. This time he got it done. It was great. A good drive for the Bears. I was joking, half joking before the game that I was concerned that they would score points. I'm glad to see them get points on the board in this game with what they've had to do on offense. And they go up 3-0, 52 yards on the drive. That drive summary brought to you by your Northern California Toyota dealers. Visit your local Toyota dealer for a score of your own today.
And the Bears still haven't scored a touchdown in a while. Remember the game against SMU, it was just a couple of field goals for the Bears. But feels like a good start here with that field goal and a 3-0 lead for California. And Ryan Coe will get ready to kick this ball off again from left to right. The crowd, they're starting to fill in a little bit more, but when you're in a 70,000-seat stadium, anything feels small.
Right.
As the kickoff from left to right is a high end-over-end kick. No chance of a return here as this one sails out of the back of the end zone. It bounces about 8 yards deep, and it will be another touchback. Cal is situated on their sideline to the far side of the field, UNLV on the near side, and it's a great contrast in the fan bases, blue and gold on the far side of the field and very red on the near side of the field. So 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. So far in this game, Williams hasn't been able to get going, just 1 of 2 passing for 4 yards, and they've only had 12 total yards on their first 2 possessions. Split men in the backfield. They'll clear out to Jesus now, who spins around. The handoff, the RPO keeper, and now it's that option play as Williams runs off to his left, fakes the pitch, and he's run down and pulled in by Uluwave after a gain of 5.
Remember, we talked about in that option game, everybody has to tackle their assignment, and so if you have the dive, you tackle a dive. If you have the quarterback, you have to tackle the quarterback. And that time, Kade Uluwave, coming from inside out, had the quarterback and wasn't able to get to them quite in time.
James, the tailback here, gets the sweep. Now it's a reverse to DeJesus, sprinting out to his right side, tries to turn the corner. He is cut down, a long diving reach there from Cam Sidney, and it ends up being just a 1-yard gain outside the numbers at the 31-yard line. And a nice job defensively by Sidney.
And one thing UNLV is not scared to do is run end-arounds, run long reverses. They are a team that loves the trick play.
So it is 3rd down now and a handoff, and Noel Williams right near the 1st down marker, spinning, pushing, twisting, turning, and he's not going to get enough, it appears.
I think the spot on the far side of the field gave him enough from where he made initial contact.
Forward progress.
Yeah.
Gave him just what they needed to the 35-yard line. So that is the first down for UNLV in this game. And now it's 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Williams with James to his right in the shotgun. Here's the snap, the handoff to James. Bounces out right side, and the secondary for the California defense has played well right now. Craig Woodson coming up to fill that gap, and it's just a gain of 3.
One thing you don't face a lot as a defense is a fullback. It's become kind of an antiquated position. And so UNLV brings a fullback into the game who's a guy who can move, he's as athletic as the linebackers, and he's getting a hat on a hat at the second level.
Williams play fake now, deep drop to throw, holds up in the pocket and airs it out near far sideline, and sliding over his shoulder, incomplete. He had 2 hands on it, but just couldn't hang on, and a good job again by the secondary of California, the combination of both Williams and Lou Hearns breaking up that play.
And Malik Williams couldn't have thrown that ball much better. Put it right into the breadbasket of Corey Thompson, his wide receiver. But a good job by the Cal secondary of being there. It was double coverage. They were both in excellent position. But Malik Williams threw an absolute dime on that pass.
Now it's a 3rd down and 6 from the 39-yard line. They move right to left. Williams looking over to the sideline. He'll motion to Jesus, slot left. Single man in the backfield is James. Here's the snap. It's a keeper. He runs out right, cuts back to his left, again spins past one man and gets out to the 50-yard line, has a 1st down and he's into California territory at the 49.
And that's where he gives you a lot of problems. If you are a defensive coordinator, you fear a guy like this because he is the added bonus factor. He is the extra guy you have to account for, and so you have to play 11-on-11 football. Malik Williams runs like a running back, but he can also sling it.
Loaded pistol here now with 2 men in the backfield. They'll fake the handoff. Williams rolls to his right, throws back across to his left, and there was no one there at the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
3 Cal defenders, Williams, and Uluave, just watched that fall in between them.
Usually when you see that, it's a screen of some type, and the guy got held up behind the line of scrimmage. But it looked like Williams just throwing that ball away, had nobody to go to.
2nd down and 10 now from the 49-yard line of California. 3-0. Cal leads with 5:14 to go. Cal shifting their defensive front. It's a rush of 4. It's a quick out to the near sideline, and it's incomplete for DeJesus, who was covered quickly by Sidney. I don't know if we'll call that a drop or just a misfire there, but it's incomplete and it's a 3rd down.
It was definitely dysfunctional offense, whatever it was. It looked like Malik Williams was to the outside with that ball, a place where the receiver couldn't quite get to it, but you also had tight coverage with Sidney.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 now from the 49-yard line. Bears spreading out their defensive front here with just 2 down linemen and 2 in a stance out to the right. Deep drop for Williams. Rolls to his right. Sets his feet. Fires it deep downfield. Has got a man open at the 10-yard line with 3 feet of separation in front of the next defender. He'll make the catch and roll into the end zone for a touchdown. And one of the lesser-known wide receivers, Caden McGee, scores for UNLV.
So you had action inside, run action inside. Williams drops back, gets the pass rush to him, and as he rolls right, the Cal defense forgets about the post from the front side player. Malik Williams doing a nice job of just pulling up, making the throw, and accurate, sticking it on his guy.
49-yard touchdown pass from Williams to McGee. Here's the extra point after the touchdown from right to left. It is up and good from Chittenden. And just like that, UNLV has the first touchdown in this game and their first lead of the game. It's 7-3 UNLV with 5:04 to go in the first quarter. A 9-play, 75-yard drive, and it just took 2 minutes and 41 seconds off the clock. And Mike, we talked on the pregame show about the run offense from UNLV, which has been prolific, 5th best in the country this year. But in that particular drive, they get the 49-yard touchdown on the only pass completion of the drive.
Well, and you have a miscommunication. Guys are trying to stay home for the run. You know that you have a run-oriented offense. You're trying to stay home and find your run fit, but you also have to be aware that you have to play pass coverage as well. Craig Woodson that time playing that middle safety was not deep. I don't know that it was his assignment, but he was out there with nobody to cover from that inside safety position.
Caden Chittenden will kick off from right to left. He was the freshman of the year in the Mountain West Conference this year. And a kick that will send the return man out to the right side to the 20-yard line, to the 25. Flag comes into the 30, near side 40, 45, 50. Only the kicker to beat, and he's still tiptoeing his way, now falling over on the near sideline. Just couldn't get past the final man. Callaway on the return for California. Nearly houses it now. There is a penalty marker down at the 20-yard line, and we'll see what the call is.
During the return, holding return team, number 89. That's a 10-yard penalty, 1st and 10.
Well, that'll do it for you.
There's the reason that hole opened up.
Get big holes when you hold people.
I got to be honest with you here, Mike. It is difficult when you have players that haven't played in a while
100%.
in roles that are not usually their role, and then being on the 7th floor in the corner of the end zone.
It makes it way tougher. I agree 100%. So it's funny because they called Ben Marshall for the hold, but he kind of got tackled and pushed into it. Now, he did grab a little red jersey with him as he went down, but that's a tough call. But that's how you open up a giant hold. You grab somebody, a little bit of jersey, and keep him from falling into his lane, and all of a sudden you spring a big one.
Well, here's a couple of fresh faces. Trevor Rogers, Josiah Martin, Jordan King. They're the wide receivers right now for the Bears. Entries in motion. Harris to throw to the far sideline at the 15-yard line on a two-handed catch made by Josiah Martin, who tries to turn it upfield. He picks up 5 on the play, tackled inside the hash marks.
Well, nice to see some of those names. I know Trevor Rogers has a wide receiver, a ton of upside. Big, physical, fast wide receiver. Really learned a lot about the game this year. Got some good college coaching. He's become a really good player. I expect to see a lot out of Trevor in the near future.
Well, he's split to the right with Martin right now. Harris to throw, looking to his left, pump fakes once, fires a dart over the middle of the field. There's the tight end. Endries with a two-handed catch at the 30-yard lines, and he speeds out to the numbers on the near side where Elad makes the tackle. It's a first down.
The Bears using a little bit of tempo here. Jack Endries doing a great job finding an opening across the middle and then snatching that ball out of the air.
Harris now hand off to the jet to Thomas up the middle, makes a cut to his left and then is hit at the 35-yard line. 5-yard gain for Javian. There are two Thomas running backs in this game. Our jet, and they call their jet Thomas as well. So
makes it easy.
Is it a battle? Is it a battle of the jets?
It's a battle of the jets. Would that make it a dogfight?
Oh, I see what you did there. Who will be the F-22 in this game is the question. Javian to the left side of Harris, who calls out the play. King and Martin split left. Endries and Rogers right, and it just didn't seem like the Bears were on the right page there.
Timeout, Cal. They're first of the half. This will be a 30-second.
So Cal,
you have a new quarterback, and so that's one thing, trying to run the offense. Then you have a different offensive coordinator, and Coach Wilcox was playing a little bit coy with us in terms of who would be calling plays during the week, which you understand because you're trying to replace a guy, trying to figure out who's actually still there on your staff. Burl Toller III, one of my favorite Cal guys, former wide receivers coach for Cal, leaving the staff. And so you have a couple guys still on staff who've been around it.
Yep.
You have Sterling Gilbert around it. Mike Safell is around it. You have Aristotle Thompson. So all these guys who have been part of the offense, and Justin said it'll be kind of by committee.
And while the new coaches that have been hired, the 4 new coaches that were hired, they are here and participated in everything leading up to the bowl game, they're more in an advisory role.
Yeah, it's not their system.
Not their system at all. So Endries now in motion. Here's the handoff to Thomas. Thomas to the left side, slips past the first contact, cuts back to the right at the 40-yard line, and gets near the first down marker, but it'll be 3rd and 1 from the 40.
Endries ended up awkwardly on the ground at the end of that play.
Is that who it was? Yeah. Somebody came in and gave a late shove there, but no foul. Or penalty marker is down. Under 3 minutes to play now with the clock winding in the first quarter. 7-3 UNLV with the lead. 2:45 remaining in the first. Thomas behind Harris now. King split left. Rogers right. It's a give to Thomas. Thomas just needing a yard. Hit initially near the line of scrimmage. Spins, twists, turns, and pushes forward against Jackson Woodard, the top defender on this Rebel defense, and gets the first down.
So the Bears able to move the chains, which is a good sign here early on. And remember, because of the holding on the kickoff return, this started deep in their end of the field.
Bears did not have 5 offensive linemen. They now are subbing in and getting that 5th. Braden Miller is coming in at the right tackle position. So now we're good to go. As Harris takes the shotgun snap, quarterback draw to his left side, running up the middle of the field, right on the logo at midfield at the 50-yard line. He gains about 8 yards and is brought down at the 49 of California.
Boy, if he makes a cut to his right, there was another 15 to 20 yards in that play. The Jet got a nice block, and he kind of predetermined and cut left. But if he goes right off of the Jet's block, there's a lot more grass in that play.
So far, Harris doing a good job. 93 yards of total offense. 4 for 4 passing for 20 yards. Ott now checks back in. He's behind him to the right. Harris in the shotgun. Here's the snap. He fakes the handoff, throws out quickly to the right side. Batted right as it was released from his hand by Jonathan Baldwin. Popped up into the air. He tried to grab the interception, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, that you could see pressure. They were coming with that blitz off the edge. And Harris, you have to be a little more aware of that. You know he's coming. You have to find a way to throw around him. You got a guy, the free hitter, coming at you. You're replacing him with the football, and so you have to find a passing lane.
3rd down and 3 from the 49-yard line. Bears trailing 7-3 in the final Minute 17 of this opening quarter. Stacked receivers left. Harris now will clear out Jaden Ott. He takes the shotgun snap. It's a 5-man rush. He throws out to Andrews, makes the catch to the 50. Has room in front of him. Cuts back to the right side, outside the numbers to the 30-yard line, and tries to get an extra block from Jordan King, and he gets down to the 28.
I tell you what, Trevor Rogers was manned up all by himself out to the sideline as well. So that's a great play, tight end screen, good call. But Trevor Rogers got off the line absolutely clean and ran by his man in coverage. He was up against Antonio Doyle. He was out there against, I believe, Tony Grimes, and he just ran right by him.
22 yards for Jack Andrews. That's going back to something you're talking about. Well, Harris didn't get a lot of snaps this year. Rogers didn't get a lot. They just don't know what each other is capable at this point. Now 2 in the backfield for Harris. Ott behind him. Harris fakes. Now it's a toss play to Rogers with some speed. Cuts back to his left. This is Josiah Martin. Cuts back to his right along the hash marks. He speeds his way to the end zone. Touchdown, California. Josiah Martin on the sweeping toss has a 29-yard score, and the Bears go back in front.
All right, so I stand corrected. I'm because you had no continuity on offense, I was really worried about what the offense was going to look like, but the Bears doing an excellent job running the football tonight. And this answers 2 questions, too. Remember, I said when I watched UNLV, I didn't know if they were a fantastic football team and they're going to be super tough in this game, or if because they're coming out of the Mountain West, the competition wasn't quite the same as what the Bears have faced this year. And so I think the Bears, man for man, physically stand up to this team very well. They're doing an excellent job executing in the running game.
Well, the Bears get another score. This one a touchdown, their first of the game. And it was Josiah Martin, the freshman, his first score as a collegiate player, and showcasing the cut capabilities and the speed on that play.
Great job making a cut in the open field, reading his blocking, figuring out, and Endry's almost had a block in the back on that play. Good job to pull off. But outstanding job by Martin of reading his block, setting him up with a quick move, and then a juke in the middle of the field that left some ankles sore.
So 10-7, California with the lead. 19 seconds to go, and Cole will get ready to kick back off. So we've seen already Martin, Rogers, Callaway, King, some of the younger players, some of the players that don't have as much experience, making impact plays in this game for the Bears. And it's C.J. Harris who has done his part to get the Bears back out in front. Here's the kickoff now from left to right, and no chance of return once more. 9 plays, 89 yards, 4:34 taken off the clock for California. Drive summary is brought to you by your Northern California Toyota dealers. Visit your local Toyota dealer for a score of your own today.
Well, feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol's thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol.
Just 19 seconds remaining in this first quarter. 1st and 10 now for UNLV. And they're back on the ball after scoring on their last possession. It's Williams handing off in the backfield. A couple of moves, bouncing out to his left side now in a stiff arm from Thomas. He gets near the 40-yard line and is pushed out of bounds by Johnson. It's a first down gain of near 15 for UNLV.
Great job of keeping that run alive for Thomas. Got bottled up inside the Bears defense. Did a nice job of keeping that, of sealing those gaps. But Thomas finding a way, running the daylight, moving the ball for UNLV.
10-7, California with the lead. We'll start the second quarter when we come back to SoFi Stadium in the LA Bowl. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
So if that answers all your questions about your new cloud storage, would you like to hear about our voice-over internet systems?
Sounds perfect.
Well done. Let's try it again. This time, ask about data security.
Yeah.
Would you enjoy working on a world-class team with the best training in the country? Then consider a career at Pacific Office Automation. Join our fast-growing team where we offer strong benefits and competitive compensation. Apply at pacificoffice.com/careers. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Cal plays here on the California Golden Bears Sports Network from Learfield.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
It's game time! Imagine a playing field where precision, strategy, and unwavering commitment lead to flawless execution. At Red Top Electric, our game plan is not just about wiring circuits, it's about creating lasting partnerships through large-scale commercial electric construction. Our all-American electrical contracting team has a playbook of innovative solutions that spark connections. Red Top Electric is powering what's next and fueling the roar of the Cal Bears.
Back here at SoFi Stadium, Cal with a 10-7 lead as we start the second quarter, and it was a great drive last time out, capped by that Josiah Martin touchdown. Now, I'm not sure we could say it was every down great, but if you want to be every day great, boy, do we have the book for you. We've talked about Mike Pulaski's book before, Everyday Great, but with Christmas and Hanukkah a week away, makes for a great holiday gift, and reading this will help you become more successful no matter what industry you're in. You'll also get to learn about Mike's run-in with a bear in southwestern Alaska. This book also helped remind me how good of a pump-up song Van Halen's Right Now is in the intro, just beautifully set up by Mike Pulaski. And don't be cheap like the sideline reporter. Get the hardback version, not the paperbacks. Sorry, Mike.
I appreciate that.
How much you pay him for that endorsement?
I wish. I'm going to have to pay him now. But that was outstanding, Kevin. I appreciate it. You can get it on Amazon, by the way, just to finish that off. It's on Amazon right now, so don't hold back. All of your loved ones need this book.
Did you finish your recorded version of it?
I did. It'll be it's going through the review process right now, and it should be out at the end of next week.
How many recording hours was that?
A lot.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
I mean, it cuts down to it's right around 8 hours total, which is right in the book market, right?
So, but I mean, it has to be almost double the recording time, right?
It's pretty close, for sure.
See, we nerd out on the audio side.
Reading a whole book on the audio side, even when you wrote it, can be difficult.
Yeah, you got to get the tone, the inflection, and you're the director at the same time.
All of it.
Yeah. All right, well, California with the lead, 10-7 here at the LA Bowl. We're just about to start the second quarter. It's a 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line for UNLV. The Bears with a touchdown from Josiah Martin on the ground. And now it is Williams out of the gun with Thomas to his left. He takes the snap. He hands off to Thomas, wiggles his way forward, runs into Buchanan, pushes him back after a 2, maybe 3-yard gain.
Bears coming in, trying to get some late shifts, trying to mess up the blocking assignments for UNLV. They're doing a good job of sorting that out, making their calls, and getting a hat on a hat.
Now 2nd down and 8 from the 38-yard line. Blitz coming from the outside edge. Rolling to his right is Williams, slipping past Hunter Barth's swiping hand. He gets near to the 40-yard line and picks up just a yard after it was all said and done. Good job again setting that edge for the Cal defense.
Xavier Carlton, I believe, was the edge guy there. He got upfield and got tangled up with the tackle, and so his teammates had to make up the force play on that to hold Williams in without allowing him to escape. If you're the edge guy, you got to hold the edge, and the Bears doing a good job of helping him out.
4-man rush. Here's the throw now to the far side, reaching up, trying to climb the ladder on the far side of the field, and it's incomplete. That was Corey Thompson. Sidney was in coverage, and another 4th down coming in the punt unit for the 3rd time in this game for UNLV.
Cam Sidney coming up big a couple times here in this game.
14 for Cal.
The Bears struggled at nickel a little bit during the season, but so far the nickel in this game, both Littlejohn and Sidney have come up huge.
This punt will come from the 25-yard line. And it is Mikey Matthews this time. Ready to receive. It's a fake. Here's a toss over the middle of the 40-yard line. 45-50. 40 to the 30. Down the far side of the field. Only one man to beat, and they'll cut him down. It's Brady making the hit to Oliver, who caught that ball and ran free with it for miles down the far sideline.
I've got to say, that's maybe my favorite punt fake that I have ever seen. It's literally a behind-the-line screen, down-the-line screen, which you would call a tunnel, and they have the punter just come up with a little shovel pass It's really well designed. The Bears were fooled totally, and bowl games are where you see a lot of the fun razzle-dazzle.
You're right. It was not a traditional over-the-shoulder style throw, which it probably is more of a cautious way to approach it. Just kind of a shovel feed, but it worked out brilliantly. And now UNLV down near the goal line. They'll hand it off, and running off to the left side, they get it to DeJesus, and DeJesus is into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. So it went from a 4th and 7, and then 2 plays later, they're in.
Just the end-around sweep. Get as many bodies as you can in front of the runner that time. Nice job running the counter action and getting the big boys out in front. And DeJesus finishes it off, by the way, with a backflip and a superhero landing.
Oh, yeah, the Spider-Man landing, right?
Yes.
Oliver with the score. And it technically was a pass because Williams kind of underhand tossed it forward. So if something goes wrong there, it's just an incompletion. It's not a fumble.
Quarterbacks love those free stats, by the way.
They'll take it. High completion percentage type opportunity there. So Oliver with the big fake run after the catch, and DeJesus with the 10-yard score, and UNLV is back in front, 14-10, with 13-17 remaining in the second quarter. We'll take the break. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? They're yours, and Progressive protects them both. Bundled today at Progressive.com. This is Cal Football from Learfield.
It's game time! Imagine a playing field where precision, strategy, and unwavering commitment lead to flawless execution. At Red Top Electric, our game plan is not just about wiring circuits, it's about creating lasting partnerships through large-scale commercial electric construction. Our all-American electrical contracting team has a playbook of innovative solutions that spark connections. Red Top Electric is powering what's next and fueling the roar of the Cal Bears.
Hey, sports fans, have you heard about East Brother Beer Company in Richmond, California? East Brother Beer Company is all about classic, easy-drinking beers that'll make your taste buds cheer. They're not just another brewery, they're award-winning champions. Try East Brother Beer's Bow Pils, a clean, crisp, bohemian-style pilsner. And the Blonde Ale, a timeless classic that's your ultimate game day teammate. So grab your jersey, settle in, and crack open an East Brother Beer, the only choice for game day. Find a beer near you at eastbrotherbeer.com. Please drink responsibly.
Back with you from SoFi Stadium for the LA Bowl, California and UNLV with the Rebels on top once more. 14-10 our score. 13-17 remaining in the second quarter. UNLV with a roll of the dice, paying off.
And bowl games are where you find the best trick plays. And so I really like the fake punt. You're about midfield. It's a good position for it. Good job, little down-the-line screen, tunnel screen, and the Bears never saw it coming. So well-designed, well-executed, and a great job of taking advantage of unfamiliarity of a new foe.
Here's the kickoff now from left to right, and maybe an opportunity here to return. Callaway makes the catch a yard deep, and Callaway is saying, I was in the end zone, I called for a fair catch, and there was some confusion there, and Callaway almost got blasted as a result of it.
Yeah, he waved for the fair catch, but the officials never blew it dead when he caught it.
Yeah. He was kind of looking around like, do I need to run? Am I going to get hit here? What's going on?
A little confusing for everybody. It was the machinations of the officials in the end zone. Throwback to our man Kevin down on the sideline.
Well, this UNLV team, you don't get to double-digit wins without doing a lot of things right. And, you know, you hear the phrase about winning two parts of a three-part game. Special teams, they had a lot of wins this year for this UNLV team to help their cause. And now the Bears to trail by 4 with 13-17 to go. Harris empty backfield. He takes the snap. He looks to his left. He runs to his right side, looking to throw on the run and heaves it out toward Mikey Matthews. Late flag comes in as Jonathan Bald was in coverage.
You're either going to get a hold or a pass interference, depending on when they're saying it happened. But there was definitely a holding on the play.
Pass interference. Number 3, defense. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
So it becomes a pass interference once the ball is in the air and the contact is still happening. Prior to that, you got up. It was Brady or Matthews there?
I think it was Brady.
Brady at the top of his stem, and as he broke out, Baldwin still had a hold of his jersey and was holding on to him.
Brady and Matthews now split left and right. Here's the handoff to Ott to the 40-yard line, cuts back at the 45 and runs out to the 50-yard line. Inside the numbers, he's tackled as he falls into UNLV territory at the 47. Ott is bringing it tonight. Jaden already in this game with 56 yards prior to that run. Harris to throw now. Fires right side. There is Tobias Merriweather at the 40-yard line on the far side. Wiley makes the hit and has 7, maybe 8 yards on that play.
So now just taking advantage of what the defense is giving up there. You get off coverage, you throw the curl route underneath. Pitch and catch makes it easy.
Harris RPO runs out to the right side, speeds to the 40, and then tumbles his way after a first down at the 35 and falls at the 34.
And that's the triple option on the RPO. Run fake inside, could be a handoff. If you make the read that they've got enough hats in the box, you keep it yourself, and you attack the edge. When you attack the edge, you read defense out there. If they're in coverage, you keep it yourself, you move the chains. If they come to make the tackle on you, you replace that defender with the ball. And so it's hard for a defense to get it right if the quarterback gets it right.
1st and 10 for California from the UNLV 34-yard line. Harris rolling right, sets his feet, looking to throw downfield, airs it to the near side of the field, and juggling it and unable to hang on. Trevor Rogers in double coverage down there. The freshman almost came away with it.
So front side sprint by C.J. Harris on the throwback post to Trevor Rogers. The young wide receiver has to learn with his size, he needs to go up and go get that ball. Don't keep running away from it. Come back to it, high point that ball, and make the catch for your quarterback.
Will be a second down now after that play. It was Grimes in coverage, one of their top corners. And Elon as well.
And a little better ball would have helped that as well.
Harris in the pistol with an extra man in the backfield. Here's the give now to the right side. Ott trying to get to the edge, speeds to the outside of the 25-yard line, gets near the first down marker, but is going to be marked short at the 26-yard line. We're going to mark him out of bounds. McDuffie chasing him out of play. 3rd down and 2 from the 26.
As 3rd down goes, 3rd down and 2 is an enviable position to be in for an offensive coordinator. Much rather have that than 3rd and long anytime. So the Bears have every option getting down close to the Toyota red zone here. So an opportunity actually for a big play on play action.
3rd and 2 from the 26, 14-10. UNLV with the lead in the second quarter. Clock winding at 11:14. Harris giving to Ott. Ott lowering his pad level, trying to get enough for a first down, and will have what he needs to the 23-yard line. All right, so Jaden Ott now up to 83 yards rushing in this game.
And has not had a big game this year.
It's already the most
Yeah.
in this first half. His previous high running the football was 78 yards on 11 carries against Syracuse this year. Ott stays in with Harris in the shotgun. He'll motion the tight end Marshall now. Here's the low snap taken, handoff to Ott, bounces out left face mask. No penalty marker comes down. He tries to get to the edge, and he is swallowed up and dropped. No flag for that hand in the face that came up to Jaden Ott. I think he was wanting it there. Harris was setting to block for him after that handoff too, but it couldn't find the edge.
Good job stringing that out by UNLV. Just having an edge guy there, no place to go, and then a bunch of red jerseys as the posse coming to help out their teammates. So nice job of defense by sealing the edge and then attacking the football, swarm tackling.
3-yard loss on the play. 2nd down and 13. Ott will sub out. Thomas back in. Two receivers near side, two to the far side. Ball set near hash. Matthews speeds around the back of Harris in the shotgun. He looks to his left. He tosses to Thomas on the near side, cuts back to the 25, and gets a couple of extra yards before he's shoved out of bounds by Woodard. And it picks up the lost yardage on the previous play, but it'll still be 3rd and long.
Just trying a backside screen that time. C.J. Harris half sprint away, dropping that ball off to Javian Thomas, hoping that they forget about him. It picks up a couple yards, but you need some big yards here on 3rd and 10. You are in field goal range, so you're not going to take too big of a chance here to turn the ball over or take a huge sack, but you're going to try something, see if you can get 10 yards on it.
3rd and 10, Thomas moves to the left side of Harris in the gun. 3 receivers right. Harris to throw, just a 3-man rush, throws over the middle into traffic, and it's incomplete. We were looking for the tight end, Marshall, who really had to make a strong-handed play, and Ben Marshall could not hang on to it.
And Jackson Woodard in there. We haven't spoken much about him, but he is a absolute stud for this defense. Mountain West Defensive Player of the Year. And the guy has been all over the field, also an All-American.
6th in the nation in tackles for loss this season. Here is a field goal opportunity of 41 yards near hash for Derek Morris, who already has hit in this game from 43. The kick is up from right to left, angling toward the near upright, and he missed it. Wide to the left. Derek Morris misses his 4th field goal of the season, and the Bears do not get points. And more woes in the kicking game for California this season. It's still 14-10 UNLV.
So his first kick, he doinked off the right upright, and so as a result, he overcompensated on this kick and pulled it left.
That'll send us to a timeout here from SoFi Stadium. 8:56 to go in the 2nd quarter. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
Whoa, even parked, you can hear the 2024 Toyota Tacoma's powerful engine. Ultra-responsive torque. I could pull a jet ski, dirt bikes, construction materials. Should I start flipping houses? Oh, wow. Is that the 2024 Land Cruiser? iForce Max hybrid powertrain, full-time 4-wheel drive. This Land Cruiser is legendary. Am I worthy? Where do I go? Where can't I go? How much vacation time do I have left? Oh, find yourself in a capable, reliable new Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey Golden Bears fans, you don't have to put on pads to tackle hard project work. Just visit one of Herc Rental's 24 North California locations. With nearly 60 years of equipment rental expertise, Herc Rental serves a vast array of customer markets. Whether you're building, heating, cooling, powering, pumping, digging, flooring, or trucking, you can bet every single drive ends in a score. Visit us today at hercrentals.com.
So, after you lift weights, your body keeps burning calories for hours post-workout.
Oh, like a BMO Savings Builder account.
What?
With BMO, I can get a reward every month I save.
So, you're getting an extra reward for the work you've already done?
Exactly. Plus, BMO gave me a cash bonus when I opened a checking account.
That's a flex.
This is a flex. Check out these pythons.
Pump up your savings with BMO. Conditions apply. Learn more at BMO.com/kickstart. Accounts are subject to approval and are provided in the United States by BMO Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
BMO.
14-10 UNLV with the lead, 8:56 to go in the first half from SoFi Stadium at the LA Bowl. When you're out of town and want to keep up with live college sports, be sure to download the free Varsity Network app available for both Android and Apple. Listen to college sports live with the Varsity Network app.
And the California Legends Collective is an organization dedicated to helping positively impact the lives of our student athletes at Cal. You can directly support your current and future Cal student athletes today by donating to the California Legends Collective, the official NIL collective for the Cal Bears. Visit www.cal.legends.com for more information. Go Bears.
70,000-seat stadium here in SoFi and is very unique in a lot of ways. First of all, you enter the ground level, you enter above the second deck of this stadium. There are 5 seating decks, and including suites that go along with that. But you enter above the second deck, and 100 feet below you is where the playing surface is. And they did that because of the proximity to the LAX airport. They needed to have the profile of the stadium a little bit lower.
Didn't want the planes taking off the landing gear on their way out.
Could be a little problematic. But it's weird that the first time you walk through after you come in through the doors, you're looking down.
Right.
You're right. It is it has the feel of an arena.
It does. And the sound of the arena, right? Everything reflects back to you, but it is an open-air stadium as well.
1st and 10 from the 23-yard line from UNLV, and they'll hand off to the right side. It's Thomas trying to get to the edge. Gets out to the 22-yard line and is drilled for a loss of 1. Teddy Buchanan with the tackle, who ended up in the regular season with 112 total tackles on the year. Just a tremendous season in his only year in a Cal uniform. 2nd and 11 from the 22. They'll sub in David Green now. They fake to him. Off the edge, McCullough comes around and gets home, but 2 flags come in as McCullough got to the quarterback. Williams brought him in back at the 15-yard line.
And McCullough is a guy who got injured early in the season, and you could tell his production wasn't there when he was missing in the games. And that's an illegal chop block. So a chop block being you have one guy posting up, he's blocking, normal blocking stance, the other guy hitting a player low.
We had personal foul, illegal block below the waist, number 44 on the offense. He was lined up outside the tackle box and blocked low. That penalty is declined. It'll be 3rd down.
Oh, even did it. So once you get outside the tackle box, if you come back and cut somebody, it's illegal. You have to stay up top. So that's your fullback on the play that time, Christian Moore, who got called for the illegal block below the waist.
It'll be 3rd and 18, so they elect to take the yardage loss on the sack there and not the down coming back for UNLV. That loaded pistol formation here, and the shotgun snap, the handoff to Green. Green out to the right side, found a quick hole, hit it hard out to the 20-yard line, then falls at the 22, but doesn't get nearly enough from what he needed. It'll be 4th down and 11 for UNLV. The punt unit coming back on. The last time the punt unit was out, they faked, and they got big-time yardage. We'll see how the Cal special teams handles this punt.
Well, they're in the safe punt formation here, so that tells you everything you need to know. They're ready for anything that UNLV is going to throw at them.
Crosby is waiting to receive this punt. It's a spiraling low kick. Crosby making the catch at the 35-yard line, gives some ground, runs out to the right side, gets to the 40, 45, 50, and along the far side of the field, just goes out of bounds in front of the Cal bench. Nice return from Crosby, and California with good field position, trailing 14-10 with 7:30 to go in the first half from SoFi Stadium and the LA Bowl. Well, step aside. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
Wow. Toyota's new Grand Highlander Hybrid really has 97.5 cubic feet of cargo space. I can upgrade my flower hobby into a flower hustle. And it seats 8. Do I want kids or become a dog mom of 8? Plus, it's got all-wheel drive, camping, skiing. Do I even have skis? Whoa. There's 15 other Toyota hybrid models. Sounds dreamy. What are my dreams? Am I dreaming right now? Find yourself in a stylish new Toyota hybrid today. Toyota, let's go places. What places? Where are we going?
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive is helping to drive veterans' lives forward through their Keys to Progress program. This is Cal Football from Learfield.
The Fourth Bore and the Forge Handcrafted Pizza bring the party to you with their fully functional 1971 Ford Fire Truck mobile catering. With an imported Italian Valoriani oven, full char broiler, and 4 draft beer taps, the Forge Pizza Fire Truck can handle any occasion.
It's game time! Imagine a playing field where precision, strategy, and unwavering commitment lead to flawless execution. At Red Top Electric, our game plan is not just about wiring circuits, it's about creating lasting partnerships through large-scale commercial electric construction. Our all-American electrical contracting team has a playbook of innovative solutions that spark connections. Red Top Electric is powering what's next and fueling the roar of the Cal Bears.
The Fourth Bore Tap Room and Grill is all about community. We're proud sponsors of Cal Athletics, many local youth teams, and swim clubs. Let us host a fundraiser for your organization.
California trailing 14-10 to the UNLV Rebels, 24th ranked team in the country here from the LA Bowl. in Southern California. The Forge Pizza mobile wood oven fire truck is serving their signature pizza at all Cal home football games. Be sure to grab a slice while tailgating for the Golden Bears. Catering information, visit forgepizza.com. The Bears, who were on the board first, they led 3-0. Then they were down 7-3. Then they were up 10-7, and now find themselves down 4. A missed field goal, which unfortunately, Mike, this year we've seen a lot of.
There have been a couple of missed field goals this season at inopportune times as well.
Yeah, I think when you look back at this season, the margin for error in that 4-game stretch where Cal lost all 4, I mean, razor thin. Thomas to the left side of Harris in the shotgun. This ball will be set at the UNLV side of the field, their 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Harris motioning Martin to come across the line. They fake the sweeping handoff. Harris tries to get past the block of his O-line and doesn't get much. Maybe he gets back to the line of scrimmage at the 44-yard line.
Oftentimes that look is a read by the quarterback. You're reading that end player on the line of scrimmage. If he gets width, then as a quarterback, you know you've got an extra blocker in front of you. So you fake the handoff or you ride the handoff. If the end guy on the line of scrimmage takes off, you keep that ball for yourself. But the interior line, defensive line for UNLV played it really well that time.
UNLV with 3 down linemen and 4 across the line here. Harris running to his right, tucks it, wants to get to the edge, gets a block from Thomas. Flag comes in at the 40-yard line as that's where he's down. Outside the numbers, and we'll see what this penalty marker is.
That was an Olympic-level flag throw, by the way. Coming out of the side, Judge. That thing had to be 40 yards.
And the accuracy, he put it in the open spot.
Yeah.
Number 5 offense. That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. We'll replay 2nd down.
Well, penalties this year for California. While they cleaned it up near the final few weeks of the season, there were still just way too many. Bears had so many false starts, so many holding calls this year. And now in this game, it's Tobias Merriweather called for the hold.
And they got it right. He had a couple hands full of jerseys, so good call by the official.
3rd penalty against the Bears in this one. 2nd down and 18 now as that will bring them back to the California side of the field. Moving right to left. It's a play fake now. Harris to the far sideline. Merriweather goes up, and he dropped it, trying to keep 1 foot in bound. Catalan was in coverage on that far side of the field. I don't know if the hit really did much to him, but Merriweather, I think he was more concerned about it where his feet were and just flat out dropped the ball.
Yeah, took his eyes off it, had his feet, had the right foot in, so it would have been a catch, but dropped his eyes. So many times when wide receivers drop the football, it's because they do not watch the ball into contact with their hands. Makes it really tough to catch. Your eyes are the most important piece of equipment that you own when it comes to catching a football.
Andrews running left to right. Harris claps the hands, takes the shotgun snap. Blitz coming. He throws to the far side, making the catch at the 45-yard line and turning it upfield for a few extra yards is Merriweather. Slow to get up, Merriweather, as Catalan and Chavez make the hit. And Merriweather still has not gotten up. Remember, Merriweather was injured in fall camp and took so much time to get back and finally debut in a Cal uniform. Had his best game with Cal at Wake Forest, where he had 52 yards and a touchdown, but now back on the playing surface.
And right away, pointing to his lower leg for the officials, or for his training staff on that sideline. You hope after being able to rehab his way back, get back on the field, that this is nothing major.
And you're looking at this game, and we've talked about players that are unavailable in this game, but really you have to look at this game as seeing as players that potentially could be impact players next year, and I think the Bears are thinking that he is going to be a key cog in the wide receiving unit next year for California.
Yeah, just a junior this year. As he comes in, he has the speed to really stretch a defense down the field if he can stay healthy. From tailgate parties to weddings, Hensley Event Resources offers all party rentals and tenting needs. Proud partner of Cal Athletics.
Merriweather being helped off the field now, not putting much pressure on that left leg. So you hope for the best for Tobias, who fought so hard just to be able to play any games this year.
And once he got back, he was pretty durable for the rest of the season. He was in on every game.
It is 4th down for the Bears. They're going to go for it in that middle ground type of area from the 40-yard line of UNLV, 4th and 6. Harris clears out the backfield. And he gets a free play here. Harris will throw. He's stripped of the ball. It's a fumble. It's loose on the turf. I don't see any flags down. I for sure thought UNLV jumped there. There is a flag.
Yeah, I didn't see it either, but UNLV was definitely offsides.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. Offside defense. That's a 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
That's a
so the ruling on the field was not a fumble recovered by the defense.
Well, there was a ruling that was a fumble, but it was after a defensive offside.
The first ruling was nullified by the second ruling. Okay, well that changes things. It was a 4th and 6. Now it's a 4th and 1. And this one at the 35-yard line. Bears this year on 4th down conversions. They went for it quite a bit and converted 23 of 37 this year. Here's the snap. Harris to throw on the far side of the field. He's got the first down over to Martin on the far side, who just curled around and got the 2 yards necessary. And he takes a big hit from Chavez on the far side of the field, the transfer from Arkansas.
I like the play call, though. You give the play action fake inside and dump it to the flat to Martin.
So it is a 1st down and 10 from the 31-yard line. Now a quick toss to the near sideline, and it's Meven Anderson on the near side making the catch, getting past the first block and speeding to the near sideline, pushed out of bounds by McDuffie. It's an 11-yard gain and a 1st down to the 19.
Got to say, so getting C.J. Harris some reps at quarterback in practice, you can see the difference between that SMU game and today. And so very impressed with what C.J. Harris has been able to do so far.
Thomas in the backfield. They'll turn and hand off to him. Sticks his foot on the ground, carries it along the near side hash marks, and weaves his way forward for 3 yards. He's into the Toyota red zone now for California, and it's 2nd down and 7. Yeah, and Harris, we were joking in that SMU game about Harris because he is a sophomore.
Right.
In his 5th season.
Yes, in his 5th season.
It does not sound like it should work, but it does. Harris now empty backfield, 2 receivers to either side and a single tight end, and a flag comes in before the snap. So Harris had the 2020 season free.
Yep, COVID.
Then he had a redshirt year.
Right, so that's 2 free seasons.
False start, 71, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
And then he had a season of playing time, and then another transfer redshirt, which is this year. So he's got 2 years of eligibility left, but he's technically a sophomore.
Technically a sophomore, yes. It's confusing.
I don't get it. We both had to look it up, and I still don't understand it. Now the motion for Harris, 3-step drop, steps up, runs to his right, still holding on to the football, tucks it into the right side, gets past the 20-yard line, and is brought in from behind at the 16-yard line. It will be 3rd down.
Yeah, back when I was playing, even to get a medical red shirt, you had to have some kind of crazy insider trading information with the NCAA to get the medical red shirt. Nowadays, it seems like these guys are playing 6-7 years, and you hear about it all the time. The tight end from Miami was, 9 years he's been playing?
I mean, Cam Rising is going to have, if he wants, another year of eligibility, which would be like his 18th year.
Exactly.
Empty backfield again, and it's 3rd down and 7 for Harris. Harris throws over the middle into some tight traffic at the 5-yard line, and there is Josiah Martin to reel it in for a 1st down. Had to fight for it.
What a great catch in traffic to pull that away as a quarterback. You got to feel great about that, and the Bears getting down low now into the Northern California Toyota red zone.
Under center for Harris, who fakes the toss, rolls to his right, looking to the end zone, tosses to Endries at the 1-yard line, makes the catch, turns around, tries to extend the ball, and will not get it inside the pylon before he's pushed out of bounds.
The catch, the runner was short of the goal line.
You got to check that replay because he reached that ball out. I think he actually got that ball across the line.
Well, his foot is in the end zone. Now the quarterback keeper, they get right on the ball and tried to
snap. Replay stopped the game.
Yeah.
The previous play is under further review.
I don't know why the Bears would hurry that snap.
The receiver caught the ball and was out of bounds short of the goal line.
That doesn't make – I would have taken as long as possible to make sure that the replay booth looked at that, because Andrews literally – he caught it and really smart swung that ball out across it. I think he broke the plane with that football. It just has to go inside the pylon. And it looks to me his left foot's across, and he reaches across. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, the foot does not matter if the ball is not across the plane, but
the foot and the ball.
Correct. And where is the ball? Is the ball outside of the
pylon?
Pylon, or is it inside the pylon?
And is it over the top of the pylon? That looks like a touchdown
like a score.
to me.
That looks like a score.
That pylon is like airspace. It extends straight up. And so when it extends straight up, if you cross over the top of the pylon, that becomes a touchdown.
By the way, our official replay reviews are brought to you by Habas Law. I don't think ESPN brought high frame rate cameras to this game because we're getting in-house replays that are a little streaky and blurry.
A little chunky. Chunky video is hard to watch.
And Andrews, we've seen him so often this year do things like this where it's second effort, high IQ type plays, knowing where he is.
Now, so they just showed a replay from a high end zone shot, in which case it looks like the ball crossed the plane outside
the ruling on the field stands.
Yeah.
Second down.
Very headsy play, but the ball was outside the pylon, so therefore it was outside the field of play.
The Bears did a walkthrough here at the LA Bowl yesterday, and they were setting up multiple sky cams. And I was thinking they were for our game. But they've got a Thursday night football game here tomorrow.
Yes, they do.
So apparently, they're not going to use those cameras tonight.
Yeah, that's different entity.
A little bit different. It's funny, though, because the LA Bowl for years was on a Saturday, and they wanted to move it so that they could have more time to flip the field around for Sunday games. Well,
right. And now they get
let's move it to a Wednesday,
yeah.
and now we'll get a Thursday night football game. All right, so it's second and goal now from the half-yard line. Bears will break the huddle with Harris in the shotgun, Thomas in the backfield. Single receiver right, and King split to the left. Shotgun snap, handoff to Thomas, hit hard in the backfield. It's a loss of 2.5, back to the 3-yard line.
So that was a pressure look by UNLV. They had 9 guys up in the box, and they were all stepping up to stop the run that time. So you end up with a ton of red shirts in the backfield, and you don't have enough men to block. You can't get what I keep saying, a hat for a hat, right? One blocker on one defender. They couldn't find a way to make that happen.
Jeffrey Johnson will come in as a tight end here, along with Ben Marshall. Those are the 2 tight ends, and we're going to get a 2-minute warning timeout here with a 14-10 UNLV lead from SoFi Stadium. The 2-minute warning is presented by Herc Rentals. Herc Rentals, we equip our customers and communities to build a brighter future. All right, the Bears near the goal line when we come back, trying to retake the lead in the LA Bowl. It's 14-10 UNLV. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
So, after you lift weights, your body keeps burning calories for hours post-workout.
Oh, like a BMO Savings Builder account.
What?
With BMO, I can get a reward every month I save.
So, you're getting an extra reward for the work you've already done?
Exactly. Plus, BMO gave me a cash bonus when I opened a checking account.
That's a flex.
This is a flex. Check out these pythons.
Pump up your savings with BMO. Conditions apply. Learn more at BMO.com/kickstart. Accounts are subject to approval and are provided in the United States by BMO Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Today's game is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your family, your phone, and your furry friends with life, electronic device, and pet health insurance. This is Cal Football from Learfield.
2 minutes remain in the first half of the LA Bowl. UNLV with the lead, 14-10 over California. Justin Allegri with the Hall of Famer Mike Pawlowski and Kevin Dana on our sideline here tonight. Our engineer and producer Mike Krupicka, our statistician Jeff Morin, and back at our flagship station Cole LaPelt. Great to be with you for one final ride here in the college football season for the Bears. UNLV with the lead.
The college football season as it is.
As it is, yes.
BMO is proud to be the official bank of UC Berkeley. We're committed to helping our customers make real financial progress. To learn more, visit BMO.com.
Bears this year who got off to such a great start, went 3-0, and then lost 4 consecutive games. Bounced back with 2 more straight against Oregon State and Wake Forest. Their 6th win against the rival Stanford in the big game. And now playing with their 3rd string quarterback as the starter here in the LA Bowl. And C.J. Harris has gone 12 of 16 for 96 yards. Bears have gained 236 yards of offense in the first half. It's a 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. Harris under center. Motions Marshall, the tight end. And he'll take the snap. He'll turn, he'll fake the handoff, fake the sweep around, and coming off the edge, wheeling in to get to Harris is Jonathan Baldwin, untouched. And it's a loss back to the 12-yard line.
Little too cute that time. UNLV coming with edge pressure. Nobody there to pick him up. And when you give the fake as a quarterback, if you don't sell the defense, you are a sitting duck. There's nobody left back there for you. And UNLV had Jonathan Baldwin who sniffed it out.
Now Baldwin, I mean, he waited to see if that handoff was going to be made and then made the read and just got home.
Playing that nickel position, that nickel Sam, nickel linebacker spot. As a quarterback, you go with the play call, but when they have pressure on and you get penetration, it blows that up.
All right, so the Bears are going to come out now with another field goal opportunity. It will not be Derek Morris, who went 1 of 2 in this first half, made from 43, missed from 41. It will be Ryan Coe. And Coe this year has had his struggles as well. Coe, this will be a 30-yard kick, ball set far hash. And the snap is down, the kick is up from right to left on its way and angling just inside the near upright. It is good from Coe. So it makes it a 1-point game here. UNLV 14, California 13. And our field goals this year are brought to you by your Northern California Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. With 1:50 to go, the Bears make it a 1-point game. UNLV with the lead. UNLV has not won a bowl game since the year 2000 and are on a historic run this season. After Barry Odom, 19 wins over the last 2 years for UNLV and back-to-back Mountain West Conference Championship appearances. Prior to that, they hadn't made the championship game. DeJesus is the deep man receiving for UNLV. Hasn't had an opportunity in this game with Coe kicking off.
UNLV has been in a real resurgence the last couple of years, finding a way to build a quality program. I always wondered, UNLV has been a team who has kind of worked off and on during the years, but at Las Vegas, where there's so much to do, it's really hard to attract and keep a fan base.
It is. Kickoff from right to left. Coe sends a high end-over-end kick to Jesus with an opportunity to return. Takes it to the numbers at the 10-yard line. Cuts to his right to the 15, down to the 20. Gets a block to the 25 and falls at the 27-yard line. It used to be that UNLV played their games in Sam Boyd Stadium, which is about 9 miles away from campus. I mean, and out in the middle of nowhere down there.
Yeah.
And they thought that getting into Allegiant Stadium, where the Raiders play, would help their fan base, and I think it has.
Well, you get inside.
Get inside.
Sam Boyd Stadium was not inside, and it was hot.
Yeah. All right, so UNLV back on the ball here in a 1-point Rebel lead. Hajj-Malik Williams fakes the handoff, runs to his left side, tucks it, trying to outpace Carlton to the edge. Noel Williams with a booming hit at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 8 yards for Williams. Noel Williams playing against his former team, by the way.
That's right. He's a Reb. Interesting slide there by Haj Malik Williams. Not really a slide, giving himself up, so he ended up creating contact.
Dropping back to throw, 3-man rush, rolls left, still looking for options downfield. Now he tucks it, runs to the right side. He is strung out and hit. Ball comes out late, picked up by Buchanan, but they're going to whistle it down.
Rolling on the field is number 6 was down prior to the ball coming out.
Josiah Wagner, though, made the hit on that play. Bears fans don't like that they whistled it dead.
And boy, Teddy wants that touchdown big time. It's a good call, though, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Looks like the ground caused it. Teddy's like, come on, man. I got my touchdown here, my scoop and score. Been trying that since Auburn, hadn't he?
Yeah, he has. And Josiah Wagner, I mean, he's a player also, while the Bears were very excited about him coming into this season, he is in his sophomore year. He's the transfer from Oklahoma. He hasn't played nearly at all this year, on special teams a couple of times, but the Bears expected him to be a potential impact player at that nickel position this year.
Another one of those NIL transfer portal guys who was going to be a big part of Cal's plans, but because of injury, wasn't able to do anything. Him, Keon Graves, Tobias Merriweather, all these guys who came in, got injured, and then weren't able to contribute. That's one of those curveballs for the whole transfer portal and NIL. You start to invest some money in guys that can be allotted somewhere, and a guy gets injured, and all of a sudden it messes with your plans.
3rd down and 3 with 1:04 to go in the first half. It's a 1-point UNLV lead, 14-13. Williams, the give to Thomas, and Thomas over the right hash mark, weaving his way forward, and it's going to be very close here to that first down marker. He needed to get to the 37. Wedged forward, and they will move the sticks with 55 seconds left. 1 timeout remained for UNLV. 4-man rush, throw to the near sideline. The tight end, Ballin guy, makes the catch on the near side, turns it up the field, and gets 7 yards before being pushed out of bounds.
Hard to make a living in your 2-minute drill, though, if you're picking up 3 and 4 yards a clip and running the football.
UNLV with the 14th best offense in the country in terms of yards per game. 426 what they average. They've had 171 in this first half so far. It's Williams to throw, and pressure from the edge, fires to the near side of the field, and it's incomplete. And it's Harris in coverage. Marcus Harris making a nice play against Thompson, who was the intended target.
Nice job by Harris. He was right in for the tackle, in position. Harris, a guy, we've talked about him during the season. Great top-end speed. His technique was not always perfect, but that time he was right in phase.
Cal fans making some noise here on a 3rd down and 5 from the 42 of UNLV. Empty set and a 4-man rush. A throw to the right, and it's incomplete. He threw it wide of his intended target to Jesus, and again it was Harris, the man in coverage. Well, and the secondary for Cal, 6 senior defensive backs that have combined to play 256 collegiate games and 181 starts heading into this game.
It's a pretty good number.
It's a very good number.
Yeah. A lot of experience in the secondary.
40 seconds left. Another punt, the 4th of the game. Crosby watching this one flutter and then bounce and take a good roll for UNLV all the way inside the 5, rolling on the near side of the field. Outside the numbers, and it's down at the 1.
Pretty safe bet the Bears are going to take a knee on this one, coming out of their own end of the field. Just try to get positive yardage, not go for anything big. I say take a knee. If you did that, you'd be in the end zone. So you take a safety, but quarterback sneak, tight dive, handoff inside, something like that, and let the clock run.
The safest play you can run.
Safest possible play.
Right now, yeah. And the Bears do get the ball to start the second half. There's no need to get tricky here, trying to get fancy. At the 1-yard line, though, they'll line up. No turnovers yet in this game for two teams that their defenses generated 22 each this year. It is a quarterback keeper. They'll just push the pile forward and get that clock winding and take this one in the locker room at halftime. Now the Bears, a 14-13 Rebel lead. Bears missed a field goal in the first half, hit 2 of them, and both teams with some impressive plays, and there's some jawing here at the end of this play.
Getting after it a little bit.
Officials separating. I see fingers being wagged at one another. I'm sure pleasantries exchanged. And both teams will separate and get to the locker room. Well, maybe that is something that is a little preview for
You're
the
saying
second
you don't
half.
think they were swapping recipes there?
They could be.
Right.
You know, hey, what do you do for your
You're
Christmas
going to love
ham?
this sweet potato pie. It's delicious. It's fantastic.
No. Don't use cinnamon.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. It's nutmeg. It's always
It's
nutmeg.
got to be nutmeg. It's got to be nutmeg. All right, we're gonna wait here. We will get head coach Justin Wilcox, but his obligation is to the television sideline reporter. So Kevin Dan is getting shoved to the second level here. He's got to bow down to ESPN for our halftime. But we will have a halftime show upcoming. We'll have all the first half stats, check of the out-of-town scores, and the bowl games upcoming. And then we'll preview the second half. As we now send it down to the field, Kevin Dana has Coach Wilcox.
Coach, what did you take away from C.J. Harris's first half?
I think he did a pretty good job. We got to, create some momentum. We can't go backwards. Too many penalties put us in bad spots. When we have the ball on the half-yard line, the ball's got to go into the end zone. We got to be able to score from the half-yard line.
Season high in rushing for Jaden Ott already. What have you liked about his first half?
Yeah, he has the speed. He got on the perimeter a couple of times, made some things happen, which is great.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Kevin Dan doing a walking interview there.
Walk and talk. I like it a lot. But Coach Wilcox, right to the point, can't lose yards. Well, one of the things you're going to do with a quarterback who hasn't taken a lot of snaps and an new offensive coordinator is you're going to have some miscues. They had a couple. And then the other thing, when you block in the running game, it does great things for your offense. So Jaden Ott able to get some yardage, very nice, and it frees it up for C.J. Harris to be a little more comfortable back there.
All right, 14-13, UNLV with the lead at halftime from SoFi Stadium in the LA Bowl. We'll take a break. Halftime show coming up. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
So, after you lift weights, your body keeps burning calories for hours post-workout. Oh, like a BMO Savings Builder account. What? With BMO, I can get a reward every month I save. So, you're getting an extra reward for the work you've already done? Exactly. Plus, BMO gave me a cash bonus when I opened a checking account. That's a flex. This is a flex. Check out these pythons.
Pump up your savings with BMO. Conditions apply. Learn more at BMO.com/kickstart. Accounts are subject to approval and are provided in the United States by BMO Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
BMO.
Some days you hit snooze. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay, the 2025 Toyota Camry is fully redesigned. I see you, Toyota. Sleek interior, electronic all-wheel drive. I should hit the mountains. I should call my girls. I should call my mom. Fold-down rear seats. This Camry's got tons of room. Could fit
with copiers and printers, security systems and cameras, managed IT and cloud services, unified communications and telephones, including carrier services, plus temperature sensing kiosks and more. The one source for all your office technology solutions. Go to PacificOffice.com. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
On the Golden Bears Sports Network, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers, Cal Bears football is brought to you by Trumer Pills, the world's most awarded Pilsner, Le Bon Temps Restaurant Group, proud partner of Cal Athletics, and by Red Top Electric, powering what's next. Welcome to the Cal Bears Halftime Show.
Back in Southern California from SoFi, California, the Bears and Rebels, they flip-flopped leads throughout this first half. Cal, though, with a couple of made field goals and one missed field goal with C.J. Harris, the third-string quarterback at the beginning part of the year, the starter here today. Harris going 12 of 16 for 96 yards. The Bears' only touchdown to Josiah Martin. And with that, UNLV, two scoring drives, and the nation's one of the top nations run offenses in this college season. UNLV only with 57 rushing yards in the first half here tonight. All right, it's 14-13, UNLV with the lead. We'll take a break. Hal Ramey's got the rest of the halftime show when we come back. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
Whoa, even even parked, you can hear the 2024 Toyota Tacoma's powerful engine. Ultra-responsive torque. I could pull a jet ski, dirt bikes, construction materials. Should I start flipping houses? Oh, wow. Is that the 2024 Land Cruiser? iForce Max hybrid powertrain, full-time four-wheel drive. This Land Cruiser is legendary. Am I worthy? Where do I go? Where can't I go? How much vacation time do I have left? Oh, find yourself in a capable, reliable new Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey Golden Bears fans, you don't have to put on pads to tackle hard project work. Just visit one of Herc Rental's 24 North California locations. With nearly 60 years of equipment rental expertise, Herc Rental serves a vast array of customer markets. Whether you're building, heating, cooling, powering, pumping, digging, flooring, or trucking, you can bet every single drive ends in a score. Visit us today at hercrentals.com.
Fire the victory cannon. This is Cal football from Learfield.
The Fourth Bore is the place to be all weekend long, with live music on the patio every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Come enjoy your favorite local bands, along with Russian River Brewery's Pliny the Elder, or any of our ice-cold 28 craft beers on draft.
Hey, sports fans, have you heard about East Brother Beer Company in Richmond, California? East Brother Beer Company is all about classic, easy-drinking beers that'll make your taste buds cheer. They're not just another brewery, they're award-winning champions. Try East Brother Beer's Bow Pils, a clean, crisp, bohemian-style pilsner. And the Blonde Ale, a timeless classic that's your ultimate game day teammate. So grab your jersey, settle in, and crack open an East Brother Beer, the only choice for game day. Find a beer near you at eastbrotherbeer.com. Please drink responsibly.
The Fourth Bore and the Forge Handcrafted Pizza bring the party to you with their fully functional 1971 Ford Fire Truck mobile catering. With an imported Italian Valoriani oven, full char broiler, and 4 draft beer taps, the Forge Pizza Fire Truck can handle any occasion.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of California, Berkeley. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
And welcome into Golden Bear Central. Hal Ramey joining you now. Halftime at the Los Angeles Bowl with UNLV leading California by a score of 14-13. Today's Top 25 and ACC Scoreboard is brought to you by BMO, proud to be the official bank of UC Berkeley. Well, not a whole lot of ACC action to report on for today. California is the only Athletic Coast Conference school in action, but that will change as soon as Friday when we get to the college football playoff. But let's first of all take a look at the one game that is complete today. That was the Boca Raton Bowl, and it was James Madison, a 27-17 winner over at Western Kentucky. James Madison goes to 9-4 for its season. Backup quarterback Billy Atkins passed for 181 yards and a touchdown, and George Padaway rushed for 100 yards and 14 carries to lead the way for JMU. They wound up running for 212 yards on the ground overall as the Dukes win their first bowl game as a member of FBS. So congratulations to them. In case you missed it last night, it was Memphis over West Virginia, 42-37. Tomorrow we've got the New Orleans Bowl. Georgia Southern will square off against Sam Houston. Georgia Southern is 8-4 this year. Sam Houston at 9-3. Then on Friday, things really get to cooking. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to this college football playoff with the 4 hosted games for the 3, 4, 5, and 6 teams in the final rankings. Before that, we've got the Cure Bowl, Ohio going for its 11th victory against Jackson State, and then the Gasparilla Bowl, Tulane looking for its 10th win against Florida, which, of course, the Gators got off to an awful start, but they finished the season 7-5. Then tomorrow we've got the college football playoff getting started. Could be snow at Notre Dame. The 5th-ranked Irish will entertain their cross-state rival, number 8, Indiana. Each team is 11-1 going into that one. And then Saturday, the triple header. That's where the ACC gets rolling. Number 10, SMU visiting number 4, Penn State. There's also a chance of snow for that game at Happy Valley. SMU and Penn State. Later on, it'll be number 16, Clemson. The Tigers at 10-3 going against Texas, which is 11-2. If you like the color orange, that's the game for you. And then the nightcap, number 6, Ohio State, entertaining number 7, Tennessee. Both those schools enter the game at 10-2. So that college football playoff gets rolling tomorrow. As far as the other ACC schools, we've got several more bowl games. Pitt will face Toledo in the Game Above Sports Bowl. It'll be Georgia Tech taking on Vanderbilt at the Birmingham Bowl. Syracuse will face Washington State at the Holiday Bowl. A lot of news for the Cougars this week. Of course, they apparently are losing their head coach, Jake Diekert, who is going to Wake Forest to replace Dave Clawson, who stepped down this week. Cougars are 8-4 as they did remarkably well from all the turmoil, the breakup of the Pac-12. They also lost quarterback John Mateer through the transfer portal to Oklahoma today. The rest of the ACC Bowl schedule, North Carolina will face UConn at the Fenway Bowl, Boston College against Nebraska at the Pinstripe Bowl. Miami, which is 10-2, will face Iowa State in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. And then the Military Bowl is NC State against East Carolina. So a lot to look forward to as we get rolling with the bowl season. Again, at the Los Angeles Bowl, UNLV 14, California 13 at the half. We'll come back with the stats in a moment. This is the Cal Halftime Show, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
So, after you lift weights, your body keeps burning calories for hours post-workout. Oh, like a BMO Savings Builder account. What? With BMO, I can get a reward every month I save. So, you're getting an extra reward for the work you've already done? Exactly. Plus, BMO gave me a cash bonus when I opened a checking account. That's a flex. This is a flex. Check out these pythons.
Pump up your savings with BMO. Conditions apply. Learn more at BMO.com/kickstart. Accounts are subject to approval and are provided in the United States by BMO Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
BMO.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Today's game is brought to you by the Progressive Keys to Progress program, providing cars to veterans in need. This is Cal football from Learfield.
Hey, sports fans, have you heard about East Brother Beer Company in Richmond, California? East Brother Beer Company is all about classic, easy-drinking beers that'll make your taste buds cheer. They're not just another brewery, they're award-winning champions. Try East Brother Beer's Bow Pils, a clean, crisp, bohemian-style pilsner. And the Blonde Ale, a timeless classic that's your ultimate game day teammate. So grab your jersey, settle in, and crack open an East Brother Beer, the only choice for game day. Find a beer near you at eastbrotherbeer.com. Please drink responsibly.
It's game time! Imagine a playing field where precision, strategy, and unwavering commitment lead to flawless execution. At Red Top Electric, our game plan is not just about wiring circuits, it's about creating lasting partnerships through large-scale commercial electric construction. Our all-American electrical contracting team has a playbook of innovative solutions that spark connections. Red Top Electric is powering what's next and fueling the roar of the Cal Bears.
And welcome back to Golden Bear Central. Halftime at the Los Angeles Bowl with UNLV on top of California 14-13. Let's check out those pertinent halftime statistics. Total yardage, the Bears have the edge, 229 to 176. For the Rebels, passing yardage, UNLV has the edge, 119 to 96. Rushing yards, the Cal advantage is 133 to 57. Penalties did slow down the Bears a bit in the first half. They had 4 for 35 yards, UNLV 3 for 21. First downs, California 12-6 lead there. Each team was 4 of 9 converting third down opportunities. Each team was 1 for 1 on fourth downs. Total plays, Cal had the edge 38-30. And time of possession, the Bears almost a 2-1 advantage, 19 minutes, 36 seconds. Versus 10-24 for the Rebels. Each team was 1 for 1 in red zone opportunities, no turnovers in the first half of play. Sacks, there were 2 by Cal, 1 for UNLV. As far as individual stats, C.J. Harris getting his first start at quarterback as a Cal Bear, 12 of 16 for 96 yards in the first half of play. For UNLV, their standout quarterback, Tom Williams, was 4 for 11 only for 67 yards, did have the 2 touchdowns. And, of course, their punter had the 1 completion, 52 yards, that set up their second TD. Rushing for Cal, Jaden Ott, good to see him back on the beam. 7 carries for 81 yards, had that long 48-yard run, which set up Cal's first score, a field goal. Josiah Martin, 1 carry for 29 yards and a touchdown. Javian Thomas, 5 carries for 12. C.J. Harris, 9 carries for 11. Rushing leader for UNLV, Thomas, 8 carries for 23 yards. Receiving, 6 different Bears caught balls in the first half. Jack Endries had 3 for 41. Josiah Martin, 3 for 20. Tobias Merriweather, 2 for 20. Javian Thomas, 2 catches for 3. Maven Anderson, 1 for 12. Mikey Matthews, 1 for no gain. And that'll give our rundown of the stats during the first half of play. Again, the important stat, UNLV 14, California 13 with 30 minutes to go. Justin and Mike are back with the second half in a moment. This is Cal Football's halftime show, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
So if that answers all your questions about your new cloud storage, would you like to hear about our voice-over internet systems?
Sounds perfect.
Well done. Let's try it again. This time, ask about data security.
Yeah.
Would you enjoy working on a world-class team with the best training in the country? Then consider a career at Pacific Office Automation. Join our fast-growing team where we offer strong benefits and competitive compensation. Apply at pacificoffice.com/careers. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Hey Golden Bears fans, you don't have to put on pads to tackle hard project work. Just visit one of Herc Rental's 24 North California locations. With nearly 60 years of equipment rental expertise, Herc Rental serves a vast array of customer markets. Whether you're building, heating, cooling, powering, pumping, digging, flooring, or trucking, you can bet every single drive ends in a score. Visit us today at hercrentals.com.
Wow. Toyota's new Grand Highlander Hybrid really has a 97.5 cubic feet of cargo space. I can upgrade my flower hobby into a flower hustle. And it seats 8. Do I want kids or become a dog mom of 8? Plus, it's got all-wheel drive, camping, skiing. Do I even have skis? Whoa. There's 15 other Toyota hybrid models. Sounds dreamy. What are my dreams? Am I dreaming right now? Find yourself in a stylish new Toyota hybrid today. Toyota. Let's go places. What places? Where are we going?
From SoFi Stadium at the LA Bowl, California and UNLV about ready to start the second half of play. Justin Allegri, Mike Pulaski, Kevin Dana with you. Mike Krupicka, our engineer, back at our flagship station, Cole LaPelt. Great to be back with you as the Bears will have the opening kickoff down by 1 to start the second half.
And now it's time for our bold play of the first half, sponsored by Pete's Coffee. Born in Berkeley and committed to handcrafted, bolder, better, fresher coffee. Proud local partner of the California Golden Bears. And we're going to talk about the resurgence of Jay Knott here tonight. Jay Knott having a good game so far, his best game, most productive game, running the football this year. 81 yards, 7 attempts, and our bold play of the half is going to be his 41-yard scamper off the right side to really establish the run game here for the Bears. He found a seam, hit the sideline, and got into that track sprinter's look and took as much as he could out of the play. And that is our Pete's Coffee bold play of the half.
Yeah, Jaden Knott, as you mentioned, his best ground game this year, and it comes in the first half.
Yeah.
So a great thing to see from Jaden. And it's good to see him get out in some space and use that speed.
No doubt about it. First, good to see the offensive line clear him some space. Secondly, remember, he was injured for much of the early season. Got injured versus UC Davis, was working on the knee issue or ankle issue, whatever they were calling it, and just hasn't found a rhythm all season long. But for him to get off the edge, find space, really nice to see.
Yeah, really the games that we've seen Jaden excel in have not been necessarily on the ground, but in the pass game. Remember, he had that big game against Miami where he had 3 catches for 75 yards. Another game that followed from Oregon State where he had 58 in the air, but outside of today, it was just 2 other games where he had 70 yards or more rushing. 73 against Florida State, 78 against Syracuse. And there were some struggles this year from Jaden.
No doubt about it.
But the Bears will have the ball to start off the second half. No turnovers. And you kind of expected both teams' offense to not turn the ball over. Similar numbers in total there. The turnover margin for both of these teams very, very positive, a plus 13 for California, as the kickoff from left to right will be sent out of the end zone to the back left, to the end zone on our far right. And California will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 25. We mentioned it in the pregame. It's worth noting again, 22 turnovers gained for both teams this year. Major difference, though, is Cal 54 points off those turnovers. UNLV 91 points off their turnovers.
Big time.
Out of the halftime break, C.J. Harris and Jaden Ott in the backfield. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Endries in motion, left to right. The shotgun snap, the turn, the handoff to Ott, running right up the middle, hit hard and driven back by that linebacker, Jackson Woodard, who has done it so often this year. 17 tackles for loss and 9 pass breakups this year for Woodard.
Real nice job by Tatua Martinson, the nose guard for UNLV, just holding up the middle of that line of scrimmage, taking both A-gaps, what they call a 2-gap player. Did an excellent job of just kind of getting a stalemate in there and allowing his teammates to help on the outside.
2nd down and 10 now from the 25-yard line. Moving right to left in the gold helmets, white jerseys, and gold pants. Harris clapping the hands together, takes the snap, looking to his left, now looks over the middle of the field, heaves it out deep downfield, overshot his intended target, Mikey Matthews, who was locked up in coverage deep downfield with Jet Elon.
That's a tough throw. You're trying to throw verticals, but it looked like Matthews bent that route towards the safety, and so really gave C.J. Harris nowhere to go with that football.
First down differences in the first half were drastic. 12 for the Bears, 6 for UNLV. It's a 3rd and 10. Harris motioning. Endries stops slot right. Here's the snap to Harris. He rolls to his right side on the run. He flicks it downfield, and it's Martin spinning around, trying to keep a foot in play, but he does not. Catches the ball, but he's out of bounds, incomplete.
So one thing I teach quarterbacks and all my young quarterbacks is the ball rolls with you. So if you're rolling as a quarterback, that ball is also going to travel that same spot. So you have to throw it inside of a target that you're aiming for to adjust for it. Kentucky windage on the run. That time C.J. Harris, the ball rolled with him, rolled out of bounds. Martin not able to keep his foot in bounds to make that catch.
So a punt now coming from Lachlan Wilson. Lachlan standing at the 10-yard line, gets this punt away, although just barely. Another real good rush there from UNLV. DeJesus with the cut to the 40, 45, 50. Outside the numbers, he's hit at the 45 of UNLV, and another nice return from DeJesus, who averages 8 yards per return. This one nets him near 15, and UNLV will have great field position on their first possession of the second half.
So right now I've got to say that UNLV is winning the special teams battle here tonight. One great punt fake, and then a great punt return as well.
I mean, they've only almost blocked 2 punts, too.
Yeah, and DeJesus is just having a fantastic game for them, both running the ball and in the return game.
And they've needed him to do that because they do not have their top wide receiver in Ricky White. Overloaded pistol here. Williams the handoff to Thomas, bounces off the left, gets around Carlton, but runs into contact and is wrapped up by his waist by Barth. He tried to run away from Barth while Barth was holding on to him. He got brought down. The forward progress gets him about a yard.
Got an early sleigh ride for Christmas. Nice job by Barth. One of those things with Kade Olave. Great to see him back, but you're going to see him on a pitch count, obviously, here tonight. And so both Barth and Liam Johnson getting a ton of snaps in this game as well.
Yeah, they've been flip-flopping with Buchanan and Uluave. Now the outside linebackers will switch through. Check Fall and Ryan McCullough will come in. And it is a 2nd down and 9 from the 43-yard line. Split men in the backfield. Williams, the fake. Now the option play. The toss out to the left, and that's a live ball. It's grabbed off the bounce by Thomas, who picks it up and runs for a couple of yards to the 41-yard line of UNLV.
Nice job by Craig Woodson of tackling the ball, meaning the quarterback, right? So somebody has to tackle a dive. We talked about this in the open. You tackle the dive, somebody was home. You have to tackle the ball. Craig Woodson was the man there, but there was nobody there to tackle the pitch. So luckily, it was a bad pitch.
By the offense, previous plays under further review.
To the outside. So as he went to pitch to Thomas, he missed him. And on that pitch, it ended up hitting the ground and slowing him down.
Well, and I think they're looking now as to, we said it was a live ball, and they played it like a live ball, and normally that option is a lateral.
Right.
But they're saying perhaps it was a forward pass.
Yeah, which would make it an incomplete pass.
And if he was in front of the line of scrimmage, and I don't know where that play was made, it looks like it was behind the line of scrimmage. But it would be incomplete, and they would lose 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, so as you watch the replay, it looked like it was almost dead lateral, which would make it a lateral. But I could see why it felt like a forward pass, because Craig Woodson did a great job of hitting Malik Williams and knocking him backwards.
Our official reviews are brought to you by Habas Law. With the official review, we'll take a break. 12:43 to go in the third quarter, 14-13 UNLV leading. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
Okay, the 2025 Toyota Camry is fully redesigned. I see you, Toyota. Sleek interior, electronic all-wheel drive. I should hit the mountains. I should call my girls. I should call my mom. Fold-down rear seats. This Camry's got tons of room. Could fit a snowboard in here. Should I try it again? The instructor was cute. Is he single? Is it complicated? 232 horsepower. Get lost in nature. Find myself in Joshua Tree. What if his name's Joshua? Find yourself in an all-new 2025 Toyota Camry today. Toyota. Let's go places.
Listen to the Golden Bears roar right here all season long. This is Cal Football from Learfield.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
This great call in Cal history is presented by T-Mobile, November 20th, 1982. Simply known as The Play, the Bears use a series of laterals to take down rival Stanford on the game's final play.
As they get it to Rogers, they give it back now to the 30. They're down to the 20. Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. He's going to go into the Bears. The Bears have won. The Bears have won.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get a great deal on iPhone 16 Pro.
12:43 to go in the third quarter. Cal and UNLV from the LA Bowl, 14-13 Rebels with the lead. And during that timeout, we had an official
Reset the
review
game clock.
brought to you by Habas Law, and it did reveal that it was a forward pass and therefore an incomplete pass, which ends up costing them maybe 4 yards in total, but it will be still UNLV's ball coming out of this timeout. Bart has
Please
been
reset the game
Cal's
clock
fans for
to
over
12,
50 years. It's the fast, efficient, environmentally friendly way to get out and see all the Bay Area has to offer, like Cal football games. Bart is committed to a cleaner, safer ride, so if you haven't ridden Bart lately, now is the time. Visit bart.gov/Bartable and download the official Bart app to plan your next trip.
I've got to say, here in SoFi, this is the loudest game that we have done all year long.
Far and away.
Yeah.
Far and away. And I think what it is that we're about even with the video board that is a circular video board, and below the video board is where their speakers are.
Right.
So they're right in our face.
Feels like it's right in the booth with us.
Yeah. 3rd down and 9 from the 43. It is Williams out of the gun. He drops to throw. He throws to the right side, and it's off the fingertips of DeJesus. They were trying to set the screen up. Craig Woodson was breaking up that block anyway. DeJesus can't make the catch, and it's 4th down.
So UNLV struggling a little bit with execution here coming out of the locker room. Nice job of that Cal defense getting the ball back. See if the offense can execute a little better here for Cal. Remember, Justin Wilcox told us going backwards was the problem in the first half. Can't get behind the chains. So you're going to have to see if they can figure out some plays to stay ahead of the chain, staying on rhythm.
Crosby waiting to receive this punt. He calls for the fair catch, but he watches it go over his head and off his right shoulder and into the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Bears were up, then they were down, and they have been. And now they will have possession and try and retake the lead here with 12:40 to go in the 3rd quarter.
I was going to say, this is typical scoring for a bowl game where it's kind of fits and starts, but quite honestly, it's been fits and starts all year.
It has been.
For the Bears. And so we haven't seen a ton of offensive rhythm because they haven't been great running the football this year. But kind of used to this. The defense has done a great job holding up their end of the bargain. Now it's time to see if the offense can come back and put some more points on the board.
Especially the run defense in this game for Cal. Harris in the shotgun, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Ott behind him. Now a low snap picked up, and he fires out to Matthews, who makes the catch of the 28, sheds the first contact, gets around a block there from Maven Anderson out near the 30-yard line and falls to the 33 for a 1st down and a gain of 13.
Get you some spacing concepts. Why not throw hitches for your quarterback and make it super easy? I think it's one thing that was missing in the game plans this year for the Bears. They just didn't take the easy stuff when it presented itself. I love throwing that simple hitch inside.
RPO handoff to Ott off the left edge. Not much there, and just gets about a yard. Well, and with the personnel the Bears had for the majority of the season in the wide receiving game,
yeah,
you got Matthews, you got Maven Anderson, you got Brady, who kind of can get in some space and make a guy miss.
Get him the rock and let those guys operate inside. Sometimes you try to do too much as a play caller. You try to come up with the perfect play, and you just need to come up with a play that works. And hitches work so often for a quarterback, makes it easy, and it keeps guys off him as well.
4 receivers set. They'll clear out the backfield now. Here's a stunt up front and a keeper now to the 40, to the 45, and trying to slide was Harris. He's brought in by his shoulders and brought down, but it's a 1st down run on the legs from C.J. Harris out to the 47-yard line.
Nice job using Harris's athleticism back there as a quarterback. Just run the empty set, motion Jaden Ott out of the backfield, get that defense to influence with the check, and then use your running quarterback's legs.
Matthews and Brady split tight to the right. Maven Anderson to the left. Ott in the backfield. Harris fakes the handoff, dropping back to throw now, backpedaling, avoids some contact, still tucks it. Now angles near side as a flag comes in. Shovel feed out to Matthews, who flags it down. He pulls it in near the 40-yard line and runs down the near side of the field for what will be a 1st down, but if it holds.
Well, and holds being the key there, it's going to be holding against the Bears.
Holding, offense, number 54. 10-yard penalty, replay, 1st down.
That's one of those plays where it just was an extended play, and it's a young tackle, and this time it's Fred Williams, who on that extended play commits the hold.
Oh, and it's not even a hold.
No, it's not.
That was a bad call. And so sometimes you'll have those where they pull him down by the jersey. The guy just fell down, and because Fred Williams was near him, they threw the flag. That was a really bad call.
10:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. 14-13, UNLV with the lead. Play clock winding at 10. Now the shotgun snap. Harris faking the handoff. Flush from the pocket. Pressure coming. He'll go down. And it's Antonio Doyle, the quick pressure, who led them in sacks this season. That's his 6th of the year for the 2nd-team All-Mountain West selection.
Just coming off that edge, using that stand-up linebacker spot to the outside. A tough inside move against big Fred Williams, and then just throws him off, says, get off me. Fred Williams is too big to let an outside backer type at 250 pounds shrug him like that. And so you just got to stand your ground, post that inside leg, use the inside hand, and just be firm in your pass protection.
It was a 10-yard penalty, now a 10-yard sack loss. Harris throws near side and nearly threw the interception. Boy, there was Woodard, who was just kind of lying underneath that route, and the ball was low. Woodard reached out and just barely missed intercepting that one.
And Justin Wilcox said you can't go backwards, right? Can't have a negative play. How does 3rd and 30 strike you?
Yeah, that is what the Bears are faced with after the penalty loss and the sack yardage loss. So draw up a play here for 30 yards. That's all you need.
Offensive coordinator's been working on that one for years.
Yeah.
Never quite figured it out.
3 receivers right, injuries, motioning. Here's a blitz coming. Harris rolling to his right, looking downfield, pump fakes, tucks, spins, and is hit from behind at the 35-yard line outside the numbers. As pursuing him on that far side of the field was Elad. And it will be a punt now for California.
21 yards to go. It's 4th down.
Ended up getting 9 yards on that play, did C.J. Harris. 9:30 to go in the third quarter. It's been a busy day already for Lachlan Wilson. Wilson has had 2 punts for 88 yards in total. Gets this punt away from the 25-yard line, more of a line drive style kick. It'll back up the return man, checks up at the 20-yard line, takes a UNLV bounce, or rather at the 15-yard line, takes a UNLV bounce out to the 17 where it is down by Cal.
Medium.
And with 9:08 to go in the third quarter, we'll step aside from SoFi Stadium. It's 14-13. UNLV, you're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
Hey, Golden Bear fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cal football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the California Golden Bears. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
The blue and gold plays here on the California Golden Bears Sports Network from Learfield.
The Fourth Board Tap Room and Grill is all about community. We're proud sponsors of Cal Athletics, many local youth teams, and swim clubs. Let us host a fundraiser for your organization.
Hey, sports fans, have you heard about East Brother Beer Company in Richmond, California? East Brother Beer Company is all about classic, easy-drinking beers that'll make your taste buds cheer. They're not just another brewery, they're award-winning champions. Try East Brother Beer's Bow Pils, a clean, crisp, bohemian-style pilsner. And the Blonde Ale, a timeless classic that's your ultimate game day teammate. So grab your jersey, settle in, and crack open an East Brother Beer, the only choice for game day. Find a beer near you at eastbrotherbeer.com. Please drink responsibly.
The Fourth Bore is the place to be all weekend long, with live music on the patio every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Come enjoy your favorite local bands, along with Russian River Brewery's Pliny the Elder, or any of our ice-cold 28 craft beers on draft.
Welcome back to SoFi. Kevin Dana with you on the sidelines as UNLV leads Cal 14-13, 9:08 to go third quarter. And guys, obviously it was tough seeing Fernando Mendoza go in the transfer portal, but they're not going to get any sympathy from UNLV because we talked about this in the pregame show, how their starting quarterback at the start of the season, Matthew Sluka, left the program after a 3-0 start because of NIL promises not being fulfilled. Here's some more details. He said he was promised $100,000 from offensive coordinator Brennan Marion and only received $3,000. However, head coach Barry Odom refused to uphold the agreement, saying the offer wasn't valid because it didn't come from him. This was reported by ESPN. Now, per Sports Illustrated, Sluka recently took a visit to Liberty and is set to visit Memphis on Friday. We've talked about how crazy things have been in college football. That was a new one for us back in September, I guess.
Yeah, and still, after all of that start that Sluka had, he is 5th on the rushing list this season after just 3 games for UNLV. I mean, he had a great start, 6 touchdowns, an interception, 253 on the ground, and a touchdown. And you thought that maybe the hot start for UNLV would kind of be derailed by his departure. And yet here we are with Haj Malik Williams leading them to an additional 7 wins.
He picked up the mantle and just kept running with it and showed what an athlete he is as well. He can do it with his feet. He's got a live arm, and so he was a good backup quarterback to have in the system at the time.
Play fake now and a play option fake, and now a throw over the middle to DeJesus at the 35-yard line. Gallops his way to the outside and gets pushed out of bounds by Harris. This is one of the bigger plays of the day. It goes to the 46-yard line on that catch and run from DeJesus, who continues to have a great game.
It also helps as a quarterback when you get about 6 seconds back there in the pocket before you have to let go of the ball. That time, nice protection by that UNLV offensive line.
Pistol formation now for UNLV with James in the backfield. The handoff to him, bounces out to the right, tries to find the edge, gives some ground, gets to the 45, slips the contact of Littlejohn, but does not escape the pressure of Uluave or Harris. No gain.
Good job stringing that play out. Oftentimes when you're tackling from inside out, you're just trying to keep that play flat, not getting any penetration upfield. So good job by defense, continuing to pursue, having jerseys show up to make the play.
James was a player that was an FCS player at Central Arkansas. Empty set now, 5 wide, ball set near hash from the 45-yard line, a second down and 11. Pressure coming off the outside, a throw to Ballanguy. He drops it incomplete, and he was hit hard and perfect timing from Uluave.
So Cade Uluave, we talked about it. He's on a pitch count, so not playing continually, but when he has been in there, boy, you can feel his impact.
You know what? The other thing we need to say about Cade Uluave, in this era of I'm not going to play, I need to rest up.
Yeah, he is not.
He came out and said, I was injured, but I want to play in this darn bowl game.
Yeah.
Here's Williams now stepping up into the pocket, a deep ball downfield. He was looking for DeJesus. Marcus Harris was with him, and it's incomplete.
And from what we've been told and what we understand, it's not an issue for NIL stuff. It's not an issue for transfer portal stuff. He's just like, he wants to be at Cal. He wants to play, and so he's showing up and he's playing. And it's an old-school football player. And you can see by the way he plays the game.
He puts his head down, and he wants to get better every week.
Yep.
So a punt now coming on a 4th and 11 from the 45. This punt is away from the 35-yard line, and it angles over to the far side of the field where it bounces at the 20, checks up, and is down by the special teams unit at the 20-yard line. Cal has struggled to move the ball here in the first couple of chances they've had it in the second half. 7:39 remaining in the third quarter, 14-13 UNLV.
Yeah, between penalties and inopportune plays, Cal has actually gone backwards on offense. The ESPN crew right now interviewing Dan Mullen over in the booth, and so there's your future head coach at UNLV, who also, by the way, is an ESPN analyst.
That's right. He can do both. 5th head coach Mullen will be in the last 12 seasons for UNLV. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. And the shotgun snap taken. Kaminong is in there at the quarterback position on this series. He throws to the far side and is incomplete. E.J. Kaminong, a 3-star recruit, a top 10 player out of the state of Washington, getting his first collegiate snap on that play.
And we expected to see him in this game. Coach Wilcox told us that we'd see him. That time, the first throw a little bit high, gave a DB an opportunity to make the play. As a quarterback, as you grow, you realize that you have to throw guys open at the college level because coverage is so tight, and so you put it in a place where only your guy can make the catch.
Kaminong in the shotgun with Ott to his left. He'll clear him out, split him to the right. Empty backfield now. Kaminong will take the snap. He'll throw to the near sideline. Reaching up to make the catch is Endries at the 25 at the hash marks there. It's a 6-yard gain and the first completion of the career for Kaminong.
I talked to Endries during the week when I went out there for practice. I'm like, how many catches are you going to have in this game? He goes, like 11. I need to get as many as possible. I just love the fact, he's a guy who has worked himself into being a phenomenal football player, right? He had offers at other places, but he came in to walk on at Cal because he wanted to do it at that level. And then he is one of the hardest workers in practice and a guy who has made a huge impact, a freshman All-American last year as a tight end. He just keeps getting better all the time, and he's always around the ball.
Kaminong to throw, now starts to run, cuts back to his right, tries to sweep pass, spins around from a linebacker, gets some extra yardage, has a first down to the 32, and is drilled by Catalan.
These dudes are bigger and faster than I thought. That's what you're thinking as a young quarterback right now. It's like, oh, this game happens quickly once you're at game speed.
Wait a minute, where'd that guy come from? Kaminong now taking the snap, looking to his right, tucks it once more, gets into some space to the 40-yard line and is tripped up from behind. Boy, he had some open real estate if he could just get past that final man. Ends up being about a 6-yard gain, though, 2nd down and 4 from the 39.
More interesting for me is I want to see him throw that ball on time, hit a guy out of his break, throw with some anticipation. That's where young quarterbacks need the most growth.
Kaminong now running again this time, and he's met hard by Woodard, that top linebacker for this UNLV defense. Drills him for no gain.
Defensive coaches love a quarterback that can run because it evens up the numbers. But the physics do not work out for a quarterback being on the ground. They are not in your favor. You have bigger, stronger, faster guys all around you. And so I want to throw that ball on time. I want to throw with anticipation. I want to get the ball in my hands. And then, if necessary, I will run with the football.
Rogers, King, Matthews to the right. Injuries on the left side of the line. Odd in the backfield for Kaminong. On a 3rd down coming up, Kaminong to throw. Has some time, throws it out to the far side and over the head. Incomplete of Jaden Ott, who even if he reached up to make more of an effort to catch that ball, I don't know if he had space to turn for a 1st down.
He wasn't going anywhere with it, but you can see those T-Rex arms coming out too. Like the young quarterback hung him out a little bit, and you could just hear the footsteps. You saw the arm get shorter. I just can't reach out and get that ball.
Nope.
That's a tough one to sell out right there. And there was no yardage in it. So we used to joke with guys like that. I had socks that I give young receivers that says T-Rex hates push-ups.
Can't do them. 1 point UNLV lead. Another punt coming from Lachlan Wilson. Backing up is DeJesus. Fields it at the 8-yard line. Takes it inside the numbers. It was a block in the back, but no flag comes in as a result of it. Wow. And he returns it back to the 20-yard line, a 12-yard return. It's Jake Arguello that made the hit on that play. And that fires up the Cal sideline. A lot of smiles, a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving. Noel Williams giving him a big shout. And that'll take us to another timeout here from SoFi Stadium. 5:04 to go, 3rd quarter, 14-13 UNLV with the lead. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
Whoa, even parked, you can hear the 2024 Toyota Tacoma's powerful engine. Ultra-responsive torque. I could pull a jet ski, dirt bikes, construction materials. Should I start flipping houses? Oh, wow. Is that the 2024 Land Cruiser? iForce Max hybrid powertrain, full-time 4-wheel drive. This Land Cruiser is legendary. Am I worthy? Where do I go? Where can't I go? How much vacation time do I have left? Oh, find yourself in a capable, reliable new Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places.
Pacific Office Automation is a preferred provider of copiers and print solutions for Cal Athletics. Let us help you create your total office solution with copiers and printers, security systems and cameras, managed IT and cloud services, unified communications and telephones, including carrier services, plus temperature sensing kiosks and more. The one source for all your office technology solutions. Go to pacificoffice.com. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
So, after you lift weights, your body keeps burning calories for hours post-workout. Oh, like a BMO Savings Builder account. What? With BMO, I can get a reward every month I save. So, you're getting an extra reward for the work you've already done? Exactly. Plus, BMO gave me a cash bonus when I opened a checking account. That's a flex. This is a flex. Check out these pythons.
Pump up your savings with BMO. Conditions apply. Learn more at BMO.com/kickstart. Accounts are subject to approval and are provided in the United States by BMO Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
BMO.
Back here at SoFi, Kevin Dana with you on the sidelines. It's a 1-point lead still for UNLV. 5 minutes and change to go in the 3rd quarter. It's good to see EJ Kaminong get his first opportunity as a quarterback with the Golden Bears. He went from being a 4-year starter in high school to a 4th-string quarterback. He told Jeff Ferrato of SI in August that you're going from being that guy to nobody now. He's originally from Seattle, went to Garfield High, but he actually has 20 relatives who live in the East Bay or San Francisco, and he said that was a factor in him picking Cal. Now, he impressed Justin Wilcox in practice leading up to the bowl game. He said, Wilcox was saying that EJ does some instinctual things out there on the field. In a recent practice, he was scampering for a 1st down on a 4th and 4 facing pressure in the pocket. We kind of saw some of that on that last drive there. Obviously, it's a little different doing that in practice than in a game, but some nice scrambles there from EJ.
Excellent notes there for Camino. I mean, it's true. You go from being the guy in high school to
tough.
Just another number on the field.
It's tough. And there's a lot of dudes who are every bit as talented as you. When I walked off my high school football field as the man, right? All state, all county. And then I got to college, I was like, I can't play here. They were just so much bigger. Everybody that you're playing with is a genetic freak who was the best player not only on their team, but probably in their league and most likely in their section.
But everybody that has that kind of moment always also has a moment where they complete a play or they make a catch or they make a tackle where they say, all right, I can play here.
I got this.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. The handoff, scampering out to his left, cutting back to his right along the near side hash mark. That is Jaden Thomas. That is their Jet Thomas, who was the nation's top freshman scorer last season. Had 12 touchdowns last year for them. Has 9 yards, and it's 2nd down and 1. Thomas stays in. They'll hand it back to him. Has enough for the 1st down, gliding along the near side hash mark. And he's brought in from behind by Saoli McKenzie after the 1st down gain out to the 34.
So trying to once again establish that inside running game they were effective with early in that first half. Both teams trying to find a recipe here in the second half to create some offense.
Williams with Thomas to his right in the backfield. They'll hand to Thomas. Thomas started out up the middle, turns to his left, and meets Cam Sidney, who brings him in after a 4-yard gain. This is a UNLV team. We've mentioned it a lot, but they average 251 per game on the ground, the 5th best rushing offense in college football this year, but now just 74 yards after that run. As Williams stands in the pistol formation with Thomas. Fakes the handoff this time, throws on the slant over the middle of the field, and it's incomplete to Bradley with Lou Hearns in coverage.
And that's that RPO look right there as a quarterback. If you're making the right read, they can't. What takes that away is man coverage. Lou Hearns that time, step for step in phase in man coverage. Maybe a little bit of holding added in there, but a good job being there for the throw. If you can play tight man and tackle the run, boy, the RPO game is dead.
Look, it's not holding if there's no flag.
Exactly.
It's just a clean play.
And they almost never call pass interference in college football anymore.
Never.
It's insane.
All right, it's a 1-point UNLV lead. DeJesus is the man in the backfield. Williams takes the snap, tries to directly run, and it just looks like a broken up play. He runs right into the big body of Derek Wilkins, who pins him down back at the 35-yard line.
Derek Wilkins, all kinds of fired up, getting a sack on that play.
Nichols will come back out to punt. 1-point UNLV lead. Wilkins, he was looking to his left and then turned to his right, and there was the quarterback with the ball. The punt is away. Crosby waiting to receive at the 20-yard line, makes the catch, slips some contact, gets outside of the 25, now to the 30 with a full head of steam. Gets pushed out of bounds. And a nice return there from Crosby, who's done a good job here today in that role.
Isaiah Crosby is showing some quicks back there as a return guy, so fun to see him back there.
When life gets real, start at Kohl's, where they've lowered prices on thousands of items your family needs for whatever life brings. Kohl's, where families come first. You know who was clutch at halftime? Your wife Susie bringing the food into
Fantastic.
the booth.
She's always clutch. Definitely the better half of this deal.
I guarantee you would get lost if we searched for food in this stadium.
Right.
Camino dropping to throw, throws over to the middle, and Endries makes the catch at the 30-yard line, tumbles his way down as Woodard gets him by his ankles. It's a 2 or 3 yard gain on that first down play. 2nd and 7 coming up from the 33.
Man, I felt like that had to be catch like 10 or 11 for Endries. He's been around the ball. It's only number 5 tonight.
He's been targeted 4 other times, so 9, I think, in total, I guess that adds up to. Yards after catch, though, for him, 28 yards.
Yeah. Just such a dependable target.
Minong with Thomas in the backfield. Blitz coming. He'll throw under that pressure and wings it out past the outstretched arm of Josiah Martin, incomplete. And that was Woodard, who had a free line right to Kaminong.
And that is tough for a young quarterback, staring down the barrel of a blitz, and you got to stand in there and find a lane and throw an accurate ball and take the shot. Tough to do. Your self-preservation instinct is at its maximum red alert at that point, but you have to quell that and be able to deliver the ball anyway.
Bears trailing 14-13 here. Faced with a 3rd down and 7. Kaminon claps the hands together. 4-man rush. He steps up. He throws to the right side. This is a live ball. Thomas trying to track it down. Diving on it. On coverage is Elod, and it's inbounds, and he recovers the fumble.
On the field is a backward pass recovered by the defense. 1st and 10.
And it was clearly a live ball. The question then became, did he recover it in play or out of bounds?
Did he have control of it?
There's no question that it was a backward.
A lateral, for sure.
Lateral. Thomas tried to get to it and in the process delivered a hit while they were recovering. I have to imagine they're going to take a look at this, or at least let the replay official have a moment. And
I don't know that there was much question in that.
No.
That was pretty clear. It was clearly a backward pass, and it looked like as soon as he scooped that ball up, Vessel had control.
For two offenses that have struggled in this 3rd quarter, the Cal offense just 38 yards in this quarter, UNLV just 44 yards in the corner. Now it is the first turnover of the game. Split men in the backfield. Williams gives, and running off the right side is James to a hole out to his right, and he'll run into the end zone for a touchdown. And in a blink of an eye, once again, UNLV is into pay dirt. A 23-yard run from Kylan James.
So you want to give the young guys reps. You want to take a look, and we were all fired up to see Kaminon as well. But when you do, you take the chance that your execution suffers, and that time, the big play, the turnover, creates the opportunity for a short field touchdown for UNLV.
Extra point is up and good from left and right. 21-13. That changes the complexion of this game very quickly. On the game's first turnover, and going back to it, 23rd turnover generated from UNLV.
Yep.
They get more points off those turnovers. They had 91 coming into this game, so add on 7 more. They're up to 98.
That's pretty good. Points off turnovers right now. About 4.1 per turnover.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. When you're out of town and want to keep up with live college sports, be sure to download the free Varsity Network app, available for both Apple and Android. Listen to college sports live with the Varsity Network app.
21-13, UNLV on top. They're looking for their first bowl victory since the year 2000. California with 2:13 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Remember, the Bear defense, they don't allow 3rd quarter points. There have been only just a few teams that have been able to score on Cal in the 3rd quarter this year.
That said, when you give a team a short field,
just about to say,
it's a lot easier to score.
Give them the ball almost in the red zone.
Yes.
What are you going to do? Touchback after the kickoff. The Bears are just going to need to find ways to score touchdowns, which has been the broken record theme of this season for Cal. And still at this point of the year, no quarterback outside of Fernando Mendoza has thrown a touchdown pass this season.
Yeah.
Kaminon, the next phase for him that we have to watch here is how he erases that mistake and tries to get back to work. Thomas the handoff, twirling his way along the far hash marks, moving forward to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Clock will wind to 2 minutes, and there is an injured Cal player. The starting offensive line today was Morrow, Reimer, McDonald, Swinney, and Session. Williams comes in. Vaticani, have you seen him out there today? I know he was going to give it a go.
I saw him out for a couple snaps for sure.
Limited, to say the least, for Sioape. Wyckoff entered the transfer portal. The Bears had several players injured this year, missing a good amount of time. We mentioned the UNLV offensive line only having one game this year where they had a different starting five. The Bears, 7 different starting offensive line combinations, and it seemed like no game back-to-back were the same starting five.
It has been musical chairs at that offensive line position, and they just haven't found the right mix. And in part, Mike Blesh, offensive coordinator, fantastic dude. Love Mike Blesh, great guy. But that's also his position group. Mm-hmm. And so when your position group isn't playing well and the offense was sputtering, that's why Coach Wilcox decided to move on to go with a new offensive coordinator.
Kaminong takes the shotgun snap. It's a handoff to Javian Thomas. Javian lowering his pad level and burrowing his way forward. Gets the 5 yards he needs for a first down to the 35-yard line. McDuffie makes the hit.
When you need the tough yards, you give it to your big back, right? Let him run. Javian Thomas, 5'10", 190, but he runs hard in between the tackles.
And he gets downfield so quickly.
He does. They talk about slow to and fast through the hole. Well, he's pretty quick to get to the hole in the first place anyway.
Injuries, motions left to right. They'll fake the handoff now. Kaminong holding on to it, and he runs to the right. He's cut down by his ankles by Catalan, who dove after him to make the tackle, but he gets positive yardage, about 4 yards on the play, and it's 2nd down and 6. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Bears trailing 21-13.
I would just love to see a good old-fashioned go route. You have Trevor Rogers who can get downfield on the outside, get that matchup, take a shot.
Now, this may be a down to do it. 2nd and 5. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Kaminong has a great arm. And it's a handoff to Thomas to the left side. Gets a block to the 45-yard line. Has the first down. Is wedged and hit hard after that first down gain. It's a gain of 7 yards for Javion. And Elad, again, with the tackle. He's had a busy day today at that safety position for the Rebels. Bears, though, moving it here. Trying to punch back after the turnover and touchdown from UNLV. Thomas the give, tries the edge, and penetrating into the backfield is Marcel McDuffie. And he brings him down. It's a loss of 3 back to the 46-yard line of California.
Great push by that defensive front for UNLV. Anytime you get penetration, get pushed like that to reset the line of scrimmage, it is tough to get the running game going.
That'll bring us to the fourth quarter. It's a 21-13 UNLV lead. 2nd and 12 when we come back for the Cal offense. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol's thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol. This is Cal Football from Learfield.
Hey, Golden Bear fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cal football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the California Golden Bears. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
It's game time!
Imagine a playing field where precision, strategy, and unwavering commitment lead to flawless execution. At Red Top Electric, our game plan is not just about wiring circuits, it's about creating lasting partnerships through large-scale commercial electric construction. Our all-American electrical contracting team has a playbook of innovative solutions that spark connections. Red Top Electric is powering what's next and fueling the roar of the Cal Bears.
(21-13) UNLV with the lead as we enter the fourth quarter of play here this evening from SoFi Stadium in the LA Bowl. And we're showing some video on our in-house monitors that Harris is being taken back to the locker room. So Kaminong
might be in for the go.
And now I have to look at my depth chart. I would imagine Belai Brummel would be the backup and the 5th string quarterback.
Yes.
They're announcing some of the community athletes. Craig Woodson being announced. There are several Bears that are headed to the East-West Shrine game,
Yep.
Woodson being one of them.
Yep. What a great representative of a Cal man. Craig Woodson just been so great for this program. Another 6-year player, but he is exemplary of what you want in a football player, of a Cal guy. Just all Cal Bears fans can be proud of Craig Woodson.
Part of a defense that has just been so impressive this year, and there are going to be a lot of holes to fill in this defense next season, and that's part of the recruiting that is up ahead for this coaching staff. But it's a Cal defense this year that are averaging just 107 yards per game on the ground allowed. Never allowed more than 148. Second lowest in Cal's record. I love how they say this. Cal's recorded history. Back to 1945. The only better team was the 04 team, where they allowed 82.5 yards per game on the ground.
Pretty good stat, though.
Anytime you pull out the term recorded history.
Yes, it's for reals.
It is. Kaminong out of the shotgun, empty set here, 2nd down and 12 from the 46. Blitz coming from the edge, hit as he throws, and this ball is batted down at the line of scrimmage, incomplete.
So Victor Stoffel was playing that left tackle position. He had Antonio Doyle all tied up. And what do you do as a defensive lineman if you can't get a rush on the passer? You get your hands up and you bat down the pass.
3rd and 12 now. Bears in this second half just have not been able to generate a ton of offense. This has been their most successful drive to this point, but still they're on the Cal side of the field. Kaminong, play fake, steps up, avoids some contact, ripped his jersey there as they pull him down and bring him in for the sack. And a couple of players combining for that hit. Fisher K-Mac leading the way, though. The sophomore lineman gets him, and it'll be another punt for California.
And Kaminong's thinking, I used to think this game was fun. It's tough. It happens a lot faster. That time, they brought pressure from the outside. The Bears didn't count the numbers up because they're bringing a nickel blitz but dropping out a backer who was trying to attract attention inside. And so figuring out pass protection, figuring out how to protect yourself as a quarterback, and then finding the open man, that's one of the nuanced skills that you have to be able to help your team.
Lachlan Wilson just gets the punt away again, but boy, is it a dandy. Rolls inside the 10 and is down at the 7-yard line. Who cares about the pressure coming in my face here? Lachlan Wilson will still get a punt away.
Think about it. I mean, Australian rules player, right? Coming to become a punter. So you're used to seeing that kind of pressure in your face as you're throwing. They're showing C.J. Harris.
It seems like he got hit and then went down hard on his shoulder or arm, throwing arm, and that's perhaps what's the problem. But he's back in the locker room right now with 14:07 remaining in the fourth quarter. Another timeout from SoFi Stadium. California trailing 21-13. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
So, after you lift weights, your body keeps burning calories for hours post-workout. Oh, like a BMO Savings Builder account. What? With BMO, I can get a reward every month I save. So, you're getting an extra reward for the work you've already done? Exactly. Plus, BMO gave me a cash bonus when I opened a checking account. That's a flex. This is a flex. Check out these pythons.
Pump up your savings with BMO. Conditions apply. Learn more at BMO.com/kickstart. Accounts are subject to approval and are provided in the United States by BMO Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Barbasol delivers a thick lather and close, comfortable shave for half the price of gels. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. This is Cal Football from Learfield.
The Fourth Bore and the Forge Handcrafted Pizza bring the party to you with their fully functional 1971 Ford Fire Truck mobile catering. With an imported Italian Valoriani oven, full char broiler, and 4 draft beer taps, the Forge Pizza Fire Truck can handle any occasion.
It's game time!
Imagine a playing field where precision, strategy, and unwavering commitment lead to flawless execution. At Red Top Electric, our game plan is not just about wiring circuits, it's about creating lasting partnerships through large-scale commercial electric construction. Our all-American electrical contracting team has a playbook of innovative solutions that spark connections. Red Top Electric is powering what's next and fueling the roar of the Cal Bears. The Fourth Board Tap Room and Grill is all about community. We're proud sponsors of Cal Athletics, many local youth teams, and swim clubs. Let us host a fundraiser for your organization.
14:07 remaining in the fourth quarter here from SoFi Stadium in the LA Bowl. Cal trailing this football game 21-13. The Berkeley Group Property Management Company is proud to offer student housing just steps away from campus. Experience modern, fully furnished, convenient living in the heart of Berkeley. TBG is proud to be a partner of Cal Athletics, supporting our student athletes. Find your perfect home today at tbgpm.com. It's UNLV with the ball on offense, a long field ahead for the Rebels here. 1st and 10 from the 7-yard line, moving right to left in their white helmets, red jerseys, and white pants. Here's the shotgun snap to Williams, the handoff to Thomas. Thomas moving forward, pushing the pile out to the 10-yard line. It's a 3-yard gain.
So Bears still stout against the running game. We talked about it earlier. UNLV up to 98 yards. But for a team that averages 251, Bears doing an excellent job stopping that inside run, and we haven't seen a ton of the option either.
It really hasn't been as much as we maybe anticipated. Now a run for Williams after the RPO fake. He speeds to the far side, stays in bounds along the far sideline in front of the Cal bench, has a first down, and picks up 14 yards on the play.
And that's that zone read look for a quarterback. You have somebody outside to seal the edge, but you're reading the inside. If they have too many hats inside and they all commit to that inside run, you keep it for yourself and take the outside edge. At times, it was executed to perfection by Haj Malik Williams.
And here's where the UNLV offense really helps themselves in the second half of games, too. When you can run the ball so effectively, you can really control that time of possession. Now they'll hand off again to Thomas. Thomas off the left side, breaks the first contact, sheds the second contact, runs into Lou Hearns, keeps pushing that pile forward, and has another first down and a gain of 11 yards.
And it wears you down as a defense, too. When guys are pounding the rock at you, continually just hammering the rock at you, as a defense, you start to take that punishment and you start to give up space. And so that's why they talk about being stubborn with the run and why having a power running game is so effective for a team. It's a battle of the wills towards the end of the game where if you continue to do it, eventually you start picking up bigger and bigger chunks, and we're seeing that here in this drive for UNLV.
2 men in the backfield now with Williams. The handoff to Thomas through a hole again, and once more, Lou Hearns makes the tackle after a burst and a 6-yard gain.
But finding the seams, finding the creases that they can run the ball through right now, and picking up big chunks per play.
Clock still winding as we dip under 12 minutes in the fourth quarter. 21-13, UNLV with the lead. This Bears defense is still a game in which they have not turned a team over. Here's the snap to Williams. They give again to Thomas. Started up the middle, bounces out to the right, weaving his way for a first down pickup, keeps his feet moving, and gets an extra 3 yards on top of it, out to the 48.
Wow, and Xavier Carlton had him at the line of scrimmage, and Thomas just kept that leg drive going and literally pushed him another 3 or 4 yards on the play.
Bears had at least one takeaway in 44 of their last 47 games, but since then, it's been 3 straight plus now games without a turnover generated. Didn't have one against the Cardinal, didn't have one against Syracuse, did not have one against SMU. Handoff to the right side, and Thomas got hit quickly, kept his footing though, and spun around while he was being ankle tackled inside the numbers at the 49. It's just a yard gain.
Yeah, and you look at those games that you just reeled off, and you win against Stanford, have to put together a 98-yard drive to do it.
Yep.
But then you lose to Syracuse, and you lose to SMU, and turnovers are a huge difference in both of those games, and especially early on once SMU got going, right? Not being able to get that ball back for your offense was a big piece of it.
Option pitch out to DeJesus. DeJesus to the left side, spun around and brought in. Beautifully played by Crosby, who's having a nice game in the return game, and now a nice tackle. Well, yeah, and that Syracuse game, it ended up being an 8-point game, so it was technically a one-score game at the end.
And it did not feel like that for most of the game.
Did not feel like it.
I was reading that, and I'm like, wow, I felt like a lot bigger loss than that.
That was the first game in the season where the Bears were chasing the whole game. Williams blitzed, pressured, tipped into the air. And Johnson had it, but he dropped it, and he is furious with himself. He tipped it. It deflected 4 or 5 feet in the air. He looked up for it.
Got both hands on it.
When it came down, he just dropped it.
Yep. That would have been the highlight play. So smart as a player. He was Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year.
I think it came off his face mask.
Yeah, it did. Looked up, he never quite found it behind the top of his helmet. So people feel like you have pretty clean vision coming out of a helmet.
Punt is away. Crosby calling for the fair catch at the 25-yard line, and he'll make it.
But you don't. You actually have a lip of the helmet that sticks out about an inch off your head. And so when you're trying to look up, and there's this ledge that you can't see through, and it looked like that ball came down through that ledge. You never found it, and it hit him, doink, right off the head.
Going back to it, I love it. 21-13, California trails UNLV. 9:37 to go in the fourth quarter. A break in the action with the Bears back on the football when we return. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, Golden Bear fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cal football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the California Golden Bears. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
So, after you lift weights, your body keeps burning calories for hours post-work.
Apply. Learn more at BMO.com/kickstart. Accounts are subject to approval and are provided in the United States by BMO Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Back here at SoFi Stadium, 21-13, UNLV leading Cal in the fourth quarter. Kevin Dana with you on the sidelines. And guys, I think you just saw it on TV. Chandler Rogers was sprinting on the sideline, making one-cut moves. I'm not sure if that means he's going to get out there and be the quarterback on this series. He is in the huddle out on the field, but there's like 40 guys out there, so I'm not sure if he's going to be playing. Quickly, some good transfer news for Cal. Notre Dame defensive lineman Tyson Ford announcing he committed to Cal last week. It became official yesterday. He has 3 years of eligibility. The St. Louis native, 4-star recruit coming out of high school, had offers from Georgia, Clemson, and the like. And so, Aiden Kiana, Tobias Merriweather, former Notre Dame guys. Thank you, Marcus Freeman.
Yeah, we'll take him.
Getting a pipeline from Notre Dame.
Maybe those guys, they just wanted to continue to play Stanford at another school. That's what it is.
That must be it.
All right. Well, it is not Rogers on the field. And it is a good point that Kevin brings up. We've seen Chandler Rogers coming out there multiple times this year, not necessarily as a quarterback.
Right. Well, I don't think.
He sweeps out to the right side, to the 15-yard line, hit on his shoulder and drilled out of play by Woodard and Catalan. Almost got him into the backfield there, too.
Well, did a nice job bouncing that outside. Jarvis Ware was actually there to make the play and couldn't decide. He kind of tweened it between quarterback and running back, and as a result, Ott was able to escape outside, but Ware was there to make the tackle if he was heads up on the play.
So now a 2nd down and 10. Minong to throws to the far side. This is batted down, incomplete. It is picked up by UNLV. They try to run it into the end zone regardless, but it is a
incomplete pass
Incomplete pass is the call. First half offense for California, they had 229 yards in total. Second half, 65 yards.
It's a little tough for this half for the Bears.
It brings up a 3rd down and 10, deep within their own territory, lined up at the 14-yard line on this play. Kaminog takes the snap. He faces a 4-man rush. He steps up. He runs away from contact to the 15-yard line, hit by Woodard near the 20, and is not going to have enough for a first down. There is a downed offensive lineman slow to get up, and it is TJ Sessions.
Yeah.
Officials timeout.
Oh, and he got rolled up on hard.
Yeah.
On that left knee.
Well, and when we talk about the future for California, the depth at the O-line is going to be one of the key components in this offseason for the coaching staff to address. There was just too many moments like this where you have a guy go down and you don't know who is going to step up and replace him. There were multiple players shifting from guard to tackle, tackle to guard, guard to center this year.
Bears have to get solid at those tackle positions on the outside. The edge rusher has become such a huge weapon for defenses that you have to find guys that can handle those one-on-one matchups, because if you can't handle one-on-one matchups on that outside edge, then you're in trouble, because you have to put too many resources to a single player. And so getting really good at that tackle position, whether it be developing the guys that you have or bringing guys in, is a huge thing for this offense. And then solidifying the rest of that offensive line so that you can run the football, protect the passer. You don't have to be insane, but you have to be efficient.
Wilson to punt this ball away, not facing nearly as much pressure on this punt. Line drive kick, fielded by DeJesus at the 35-yard line. Gets past the 40 to the 45-50, now to the 40 at California. Slips the tackle near the 30-yard line, still on his feet, and he's finally pulled down at the 26-yard line of the Bears.
Boy, DeJesus is just having himself a game. He is really pushing for that player of the game with everything that he's doing, offense, defense, and special teams.
Well, he was first in the nation in total return yards last year. Didn't have as good of a numbers this year, but first team All-Mountain West as a punt returner this season. And DeJesus, after they rattle off that one on his 4th return, he's going to have pretty good numbers here for UNLV.
75 yards in the punt return game, 38 yards receiving. I mean, he's just having a really good all-around game.
8:09 to go in the 4th quarter. A break in the action once more. UNLV trying to add on to their lead when we come back. 21-13 Rebels. You're listening to Cal Football, driven by your Northern California Toyota dealers from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? They're yours, and Progressive protects them both. Bundled today at Progressive.com. This is Cal Football from Learfield.
The Fourth Bore is the place to be all weekend long, with live music on the patio every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Come enjoy your favorite local bands, along with Russian River Brewery's Pliny the Elder, or any of our ice-cold 28 craft beers on draft.
Hey, sports fans, have you heard about East Brother Beer Company in Richmond, California? East Brother Beer Company is all about classic, easy-drinking beers that'll make your taste buds cheer. They're not just another brewery, they're award-winning champions. Try East Brother Beer's Bow Pils, a clean, crisp, bohemian-style pilsner. And the Blonde Ale, a timeless classic that's your ultimate game day teammate. So grab your jersey, settle in, and crack open an East Brother Beer, the only choice for game day. Find a beer near you at eastbrotherbeer.com. Please drink responsibly.
8:09 to go in the 4th quarter. Bears trailing 21-13 here from SoFi Stadium. Justin Allegri, Mike Pawlowski, Kevin Dana with you. It's a beautiful facility and part of a greater complex in this area that also features the Clippers Intuit Bowl or arena. And then they have the former LA Forum nearby. I love it. I was talking with some of the officials here that Steve Ballmer, who owns the Clippers and built the Intuit Dome, $2 billion over there. Well, there was a lawsuit pending from the Forum saying you infringed on our area. You're taking away revenue. We just spent $300 million renovating it. So Ballmer goes, all right, I'll buy the arena, $400 million.
There you go.
There goes the problem. UNLV back on the ball, 1st and 10 from the California 26-yard line, and Thomas carries it to the left for a gain of 4 yards.
That's what happens when you have fun money.
Yeah, well, he was the former CEO of Microsoft, so he's got some
helps.
different level of...
exactly.
21-13, UNLV with the lead. 2nd down and 5 here, and they're just completely content to run clock. They're going into a full huddle.
Yeah, as much clock as possible every snap. Burn some time, and then try to use the running game to pick up yards.
They'll break the huddle here. Power I formation. Flag comes in. How often now in college football do you see an I formation?
Prior to snap, false start, 23 offense. That's a 5-yard penalty, still first down.
I formation and a full huddle.
And a full huddle.
Right.
I mean, it's rare enough to see a quarterback go around, spins out to his left side, and he's tracked down and brought in by Derek Wilkins, who makes another tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
And Wilkins having a quiet, good game
here
tonight. Got a sack, got a nice tackle for loss right there.
Well, and there are going to be a lot of replacement spots on that defensive line, too.
For sure.
Correa and Carlton, both seniors. David Reese, they're outside linebackers, but they play on that line. McCullough lined up here. They'll show the blitz with Johnson on the edge. Now the handoff, they fake. Johnson right off the edge, gets home and gets to the ankles of Williams.
That is a good thing because Ryan McCullough took the cheese. He came in and gave up the outside edge. Liam Johnson staying home for the contained player there. Outstanding play by Johnson to make the solo tackle.
49-yard field goal attempt now from Caden Chittenden. Mountain West Freshman of the Year, 2nd off the national lead in field goals made this year. This kick from right to left, it's on its way, fluttering, good. Just snuck it in on the near side, upright. He only needed 6 points for the school record in points scored in the season, which was set last year by their kicker.